Well, Balatro crashed. So give me 1 second, I guess. Oh, weird. Huh. You know what? We're just gonna do it live. See what happens. When I transition the scene in OBS, it doesn't really wanna do it. But let's see if it goes through live here. There we go. I guess it wanted to show off the intro scene, huh? Alright, turn BGM off. Turn Desktop Studio on. And turn off monitoring. There we go. Alright. Hello and welcome once again to another stream. I am your host, Eagle. And today we're gonna take things down a notch, you know. We're usually very much about action, very much about being the best gamer there ever was, right? This stream is a little bit more toned down, very chill, you know. I'm definitely not gonna mold over a card game. No, never. I mean, if you haven't seen the screen already, we are playing Balatro. Balatro, a game I've tried to not play for the longest time because I knew that if I started playing it, I would succumb to crippling addiction of this game. So far it has proven correct. Since I bought it like maybe 2 days ago, I've sunk like 10 hours into it just now. It's kind of crazy. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and play some Balatro. See how far I can get and unlocking stuff. This is kind of brand new. All my stuff is brand new-ish, so I don't have all the cards, you know. I'm not sure what the winning strat is, you know, or what a winning strat is. I don't have the meta, you know. So hopefully we'll discover that together as we're playing here. I could go through the collection. I'll do that maybe, I don't know, halfway through the stream. Right now I just kind of want to showcase what is Balatro to those who has still not played this game, like I have. You know, you've been holding off. I'm playing it. Balatro basically, and I could probably just do a run here. I could do a run here to show you guys exactly how it plays, but essentially, you're playing like solitaire, but it's poker hands. But also you can edit how much the poker hands are worth, you know. It'll all make sense once we jump in here. You hit the play button, and you can choose from a variety of decks here. Red, blue, yellow, green, black, nebula, and each one, as you can see, does something. It affects the way the game plays in some way, shape, or form. So you start off with the red deck, +1 discard every round. You get the blue deck, +1 hand every round. And as you see the chip here, that means that I've already won with this deck. At least in the white difficulty, which is like the base difficulty as you see there. I wouldn't call it easy mode. Oh, I get red stakes now? What the heck? See, I'm discovering stuff as we go along with you, the viewer. So I haven't won with the red deck, so I can't alter the difficulty. But now that I've won with the blue deck, I can go to red difficulty. I see. And as you can see, if you see this part right here, it goes up and down depending on which difficulty I choose. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, including the red stake difficulty to go through. This game was like what, $20, and it has such a lot of depth to it that I have not found in a lot of other games. Also, Balatro was made by one guy, right? It was made by one dev. I believe. If the Game Awards are anything to go by, this game won a bunch of awards. Made by one guy, $20, something we desperately need in this day and age of what's soon to be $80 games. Jesus. Anywho, I was looking for a game that kind of scratched that idling itch, you know. Say you are watching your favorite VTubers, you know, as one does, or maybe watching some VODs or some long form videos, and you kind of want something alongside to play, you know, while you're watching said videos, but you also don't want it to be super focused on the game, because then you don't pay attention to what's happening in the video or the stream. So I was looking for something of that nature, and I was kind of just like browsing around, skirting around to see like what options were available to me, and literally everything just pointed to Balatro. I was looking at some game reviews of like another game, and it's literally just like telling me to go play Balatro. It's like, yeah, it's a nice game, but Balatro exists, so I'm like, okay, fine, I'll go play Balatro. So here I am now showcasing Balatro to you guys. The addiction is starting to sink in. I'm a little worried that I might just be hopelessly addicted to this game, but you know, it hasn't really sunk in yet. There's still a way for me to get out of this, you know. But here we are. Anyways, back to the red stake. It says small blind gives the small blind gives no reward money, which is like small blind is like the first round, you know, if you will, and applies to all previous stakes. Applies to all previous stakes. What is that? What does that mean necessarily? Can you switch the difficulty mid-game? I don't know, we'll see. Yellow deck gives you $10 extra at the start. I have beaten one round, or one game. One game is 8 antes, or 8 rounds basically. I guess like if you think about like a tennis match, right? You have game, you have sets, and you have matches, right? One match is 8 sets, and each set has 3 games, essentially. If you didn't know how tennis worked, now you do. Let's see. Green deck, at the end of each round, $2 remaining per hand, and $1 per remaining discard, but you earn no interest. So after you gain $5, you will get what is it, $1 in interest or something like that. This deck is saying for every hand you have remaining, you get $2, and for every discard you have remaining, you get $1. And I'll explain what those are once we go in here. I've been playing a lot with this deck, the black deck, which gives you +1 Joker slot, but -1 hand every round. I didn't quite understand what that meant, but as I was playing, I realized that it's very bad to not have. The less hands you have, the worse it is for you. So I was like, I was wondering why I was doing so poorly, and I couldn't put 2 and 2 together. It's just that this game has that much complexity to it, really. I think I'm gonna start, and then I recently unlocked the ghost deck here. Spectral cards may appear in the shop, and you start with a hex card. Hex card being, oh, here we go. It adds polychrome to a random joker, which is a good thing, but it destroys all your other jokers. So I was trying to do something with the ghost deck, but I think I'm gonna try the Nebula deck this time around, and we'll see how far we can get with that, and we'll see if I get tired of it. Do I have any challenges? No. I gotta win a run with at least 5 different decks to unlock challenger mode. So, you know, I'm still very much at the beginning of this game, if you can have a beginning and an end to Balatro. Okay, so without further ado, I'm just gonna hop right in. Okay, so you can now see why I've positioned myself over here on the right hand side as opposed to my usual spot in the center, or maybe off to the left there. And that is because there's quite a bit of data to parse through here in this game. So we're here at the blind screen, I guess is what you can call it. So these are the 3 games that I mentioned before. Currently, we are in ante 1, as you can see down here on the bottom. There are 8 antes before we quote-unquote win this game. And each ante has 3 blinds, or 3 games. The small blind, the big blind, and then the boss blind, as they call it. Our goal is to get at least enough points, or chips, or whatever the heck they call it here. Our score needs to be at least 300 or higher here to beat the small blind, 450 to beat the big blind, and 600 to beat the boss blind. That will increase as the antes go up. That's basically what you're trying to do, is get your score up high enough to beat the current game score. You have hands, so 4 hands in the start of this deck at least, and each hand is basically how many cards, how many hands can you play before the game is over and your total score is counted, right? So you can do 4 tries, basically 4 hands, and you can discard 3 times, up to 5 cards each discard. You can discard 1 card, but that'll take up a discard, or you can discard 5 cards and that will still take up only 1 discard. And then of course you have money which you need, you'll get at the end of each round, and then you can use that to upgrade cards or get some joker cards, etc, etc. And then round here at the bottom right, count how many games you've played, because you can skip a blind here. There's skip blind option, and if you do skip it, you get this reward down here, but you won't get money that you would have gotten if you had cleared the round normally. Whether you skip a blind or not really depends. The way I kind of do it right now is I see if there is something useful in the reward, and if so, I skip it. Also depends if I need money badly for upgrades and stuff like that. And then you have your run info, which will show you all the different hands that you can play. You know, from high card to straight flush. These are basically just copy paste from poker. These are poker hands. There is a 5 of kind that you can play. Just because as you gain cards, you're going to gain more than the 52 card standard deck that you would normally in poker. So you can do 5 of a kind, 5 of a kind. But then you also have your normal stuff like straight flush, full house, flush, straight, 3 of a kind, etc. Blinds, it shows you like the current 3 games that you're going to run through. It's useful if you're deciding as to what cards you want to use when. Vouchers are like coupons. They're upgrades that work towards the entire game. So you've got Telescope here. Celestial packs always contain the planet card for your most played poker hand. As my starting voucher, because I chose the Nebula deck. Speaking of the Nebula deck, you can actually view the deck over here on the right hand side, and it'll show you your entire deck. So right now we have the standard 52 cards, but as we get more cards, you know, that number will increase or decrease depending. And then of course options here. You can look at your collection of cards. You can customize your deck. I like just the standard because it like helps me focus a bit more. Because then I'm like, oh, friggin' Ezio, you know, like what does that mean, you know? But if I'm looking at here, I'm like, oh, this for sure is a king card, you know? It helps the decision process go a bit faster, for me at least. But there are a lot of cool themes. You got the Amogus here, Binding of Isaac, Cult of Lamb, Divinity, Critical Role, Bugsnax. Go back to default. Vampire Survivors, Slay Spire, Potioncraft, Warframe, Fallout, Dead by Daylight, Dave the Diver, Stardew Valley, Enter the Gungeon, interesting. I don't know that one. Civ 5, 6, 7. No Gandhi card, huh? And Rust. Yeah, but I like the standard. I do, however, put on high contrast. What that means is, so you know how, like, let me turn off high contrast. Spades will be black and clubs will also be black, right? If you put on a high contrast, clubs is now blue and spades is black. So it lets you do a little bit of a distinction there. And it makes what you can play easier to do. For example, I usually like to play flush as a poker hand. And for flush, you need them all to be the same suit of card. So it helps me to be like, oh, I have like 5 blues, so I can play a flush, or I have 5 reds or 5 yellows, you know, it just helps me a bit. All right, enough explaining, enough dilly-dallying. I am here to play some cards, you know? So let me start here. Let me look at the blind. The blind, if I skip it, is double tag, so it gives me a copy of the next tag available. And the next tag, which is the reward, is re-rolls the boss blind. Interesting. I don't know if it's gonna give me double the reroll for a boss blind, and even if it's like worth it in this case, you know. We are in ante 1. I can easily beat this boss. Relatively easy. I say that, but I have lost quite a few times in ante 1, so you know, be prepared for that down the road throughout the course of the stream. And the boss is discards 2 random cards per hand played. It's not terrible, so I don't really want to skip it. We're just gonna go right into it. Here's my deck, or here's my opening hand. So we have 2 aces, 2 kings, a 10, and 8, 4, 2 hearts. I mean, I have more hearts than the other 2 suits, but I do like the face cards more because they're worth more chips here. The way your score is calculated is your cards give you chips, right? Depending on what number they are. So 2 gives you 2 chips, 4 gives you 4 chips, etc. The face cards and the 10 are all 10 chips, and then the ace is 11 chips. So depending on the hand you play, the 5 cards you play are what's gonna go into the chip slot, and then those chips are multiplied by whatever the hand is worth in multiplier. So for example, if I go for a flush, you know, the flush will give me 35 chips on its own, plus whatever the cards are worth, times 4. Now that can be modified later, but it gives you an idea of what to look for and what to play, right? So obviously the face cards are worth more than the numbered ones. In this case, I'm gonna drop the numbered hearts and see if I can get anything else. Ace, king, and 10s I now have in pairs. So I guess let's start with two pair, ace, king. I did adjust the sound here, so that we were getting full Balatro ASMR, you know? I thoroughly enjoy the sound design of this game. I think it's very, very good. You can actually adjust the game speed and thus the sound speed of the sound effects. But I really like it at this setting, the 1 setting. The setting 0.5 is too slow, and everything else, 2 and 4, are just like way too fast. It zooms, you know? I'm sure as I like start getting to know the game more and more, I'm gonna be like, okay, all right, get it over with, you know? Skip, make it go fast. But right now I'm really enjoying just like letting the chip noises add up, you know, the money sound, the clinking of the coins, and then the cards just kind of like folding and being like discarded is all really good sound design. So props to the Balatro dev for making a really addicting game. I'm sure I will be cursing their name later once I am hopelessly lost in the addiction. So we have the pair of 10s, but not much else really. I'm gonna toss the 5 and the 3s. Now we have 4 spades for a flush. I'm gonna toss the 10 and 4 of clubs. I have no more discards, but I do have 5 to make a flush. So we'll go ahead and do that. This first ante is a little rough, honestly, because you don't have your jokers, you don't have any modified cards, you have nothing basically. So this first ante is basically just you playing poker. There we go. We got $5 off of that. Alright, so here we go. We are in the shop now. And we can buy Joker cards available to us. We can buy a voucher. And the voucher restocks after every ante. And then the Jokers and the packs reset every round. So let me see. Flash card. This Joker gains +2 multiplier per reroll in the shop. I'm not really big on reroll, so we're not going to do that. We have one that I haven't done before. This Joker gains +2 multiplier if played hand contains a 2 pair. Currently 0 multiplier. These aren't great, so I'm not going to go for it. I don't really have the cash for it either. I would kind of risk it for the brisket here and get a buffoon pack, which lets me look at some more Joker cards, so we'll do that. Ooh, we got Scary Face, which gives played face cards give +30 chips when scored. I did mention that I like playing face cards, so that is usually one that I go with. And then I have Egg, I suppose. I have not played it yet. Gains $3 of sell value at the end of the round. Nah, I'm gonna go with this one. Really bread and butter for me. Okay, we're gonna go next into the big blind. Now for big blind, it says there you need at least 450 to beat it. My strategy is I usually play a flush, so that can get me that score pretty easily, honestly. Let's see, 3 face cards, a 10, 5, 4, and 3. I'm gonna discard the lower half. 1, 2, 3. Oh, I should have seen what I'm close to get a flush. Oh, and Grizz, hey, welcome to stream. Is this a roguelike? Yes, it is. It is a roguelike because even if you fail this this whole game, right? At the end of it, you would have ideally unlocked more cards for you to play later. Or like just kind of get a better idea for the game, right? So let's see, how do I want to play this? I have 4 diamonds, so I might as well set that up. I'll toss the jack and the 9 and the 4. We have 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, I don't. I picked up an ace, but honestly, yeah, I'm gonna risk it. I'm gonna risk it for the brisket. No more discards. Do I get the diamond? I don't. Wait, this is awkward. Let's see. I could play 2 10s. You like roguelikes, but you feel that once you find a strategy you like, you will restart until you get that combo. I honestly feel the same. If a run's not going my way, I do like to restart. There's so many strategies here in this particular game though that I haven't quite found what I'm leaning towards. I guess like playing flush cards and then playing on face cards. That's about it. Oh, and upgrading using the planet cards, which I'll showcase here in a second. But yeah, there's still so much of me to like figure out about this game, and I'm not quite sure what strategy do I want to use. 1, 2, 3, 4 diamonds, 2 hearts. Dang, this is not 8, 9, 8, 7. I need a 5. 9, 8, 7, 5, 6. Does that make sense? 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Okay, so I do need a 5 or a 10, I suppose. I'm out of discard, so I have to play a pair. Yeah. And the problem is that these are low-level cards, so like I'm not getting much here. Is this 5? 1, 2, 3, 4. No, damn it. I have a 2 pair with the kings. Nine, 8, 7, 6. I'll play 2 pair with the kings. I will toss this card. When you have a pair, you can either just play the 2 cards to make the pair, or you can do up to 5 cards. So this is a good way to throw away cards that you don't need, even if you no longer have any discards. 98765. Here we go. 98765. Is this enough though? We'll see. Oof, 532, just barely. Nice, 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 nice. And that was just the middle round. We still have the boss bind to go through. This round is looking a little dicey. So we got the 8 ball. 1 in 4 chance for every played 8 to create a tarot card. Re-trigger all final cards in final. I like this card. I'm gonna use that. I think I've won with this game before. It'll replay all the cards you played in the final hand of the round. So your points get further added, basically. Then I have $5 to my name. That's crazy. An Arcana. I'm gonna save my money. Alright. We are fighting the Hook. And it'll discard 2 cards every time I play a hand. We're off to a good start though. That's 4 clubs. King and a 10 of spades. I'm gonna toss the 5 and the 4 to get a 4 and 2. Toss it again. 2 kings and a 10. I can do a pair. But then it'll use up the blues. Oh, I have 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep. Nice. Not so many face cards this time around. I'm not able to use that one Joker card to its full benefit. So I guess I should explain the Joker cards here. You can read their effects, and they affect every hand you play, or some of them specifically, like this one will be the final hand, right? But this one, every hand I play, any face cards give me plus 30 chips. So if I have a handful of face cards, each one will give me plus 30 chips, which is good for bringing up my score. I got two jacks for a pair. A 10, 9, 8. I can do jack, 10, 9, 8. But then I'll need a 7. I'm gonna toss these 6s and the 3. I have ace and jack, huh? I could use a 7. I'm gonna play aces jack for the 2 pair. It's not pretty high, I don't think. Oh, we beat it. Nice. I was worried for nothing. You know what I didn't do? I didn't say I was going live in my other places. Let me do that real quick. All right. Actually, maybe I should drink some water while I'm here. Okay. Let's see what we got. Earth. Level up a full house. Death. Select 2 cards, convert the left card into the right card. That would be useful. hieroglyph, -1 ante, -1 hand each round. This one I feel like if you want to challenge yourself, I suppose, because you go back 1 ante, meaning you have to clear 9 antes to win the game, and then you lose 1 hand each round, which is crazy. I'm just gonna go for a standard pack. I would like some planet upgrades. The planet cards basically are your upgrade cards. They'll upgrade your score here. See how it says level 1 currently? The planet cards will upgrade how much points each hand will give you, basically. I'm trying to find one that will give me flush upgrade. I think that's Jupiter, but I haven't had luck finding it quite yet. We've got quite a few to pick through. Jacks, we can get some jacks. We can get a jack with a gold seal, which gives me $3 when this card is played and it scores. These are the more interesting ones though, because they are multipliers, meaning that they will give you chips, but they'll also add to the multiplier score, so the red score on the right side of that equation. I'm gonna go with the 10. So now my deck has 53 cards, or maybe more. Yeah, I have 1 extra club in there, and that's because of this 10 of clubs that's in there. So we'll get more cards as we go along. I like to save my money. If I have less than 10, I won't really spend, just because there might be something I want to get later on and I don't have the money for it. And some of that stuff could be really useful in winning games. Okay, so this ante, we are in ante 2 now. This ante, I can skip it. I'll get orbital tag, which upgrades my straight flush card, the hand. It's not very useful. I don't play straight flush all that much. The next one is coupon tag. Initial cards in booster packs in the next shop are free, which is nice, but I think I'm gonna, I need the money basically. And then I'm fighting Flint, which is not great because the Flint will have your multipliers and stuff, which is not good to encounter it this early on, I feel like. Is there a limit to the amount of duplicate cards? No, not that I found. Like you can max out the amount of cards you get. You can get so many cards, which could be an advantage, could be not an advantage. It really depends on how you're playing. There are some cards here or some upgrades that'll say like delete like 5 cards from your deck, because sometimes you want that. You want your deck to be smaller. Okay, let me see. Ace, king, queen, 2 10s, 2 3s, and a 2. I got more blues, more clubs than anything, so I kind of wanna build towards that. If I can. 1 2 3, 1 2 3 4. I have a flush actually. Ace, queen, ace, king, queen, jack 10. Yeah. I don't have any modifiers, so a straight I think is... A straight is worth less than a flush. It's 30 by 4 and a flush is 35 by 4. But you know, we take what we can get here. I feel like this run is very close. Okay, so we got 3 diamonds, 3 clubs, a king of hearts, and 2 spades. There's 7 6 3 2 10 9. Is this game balanced, or are there a few strategies that can give you 1,000,000 points? If you can get the right cards, if you can upgrade your deck the right way, and if you can get the right jokers, you can make some absurdly strong things. But again, it all depends on the luck of the draw, really. because you got to pull like the right Joker cards, you got to pull the right upgrades to get you there, you know? It all really depends. There's been so many rounds where like I've lost very early on just because I felt like I didn't get what I wanted or how I play. And I had to reset a few times, you know? But the fun comes in, I guess, the gambling mindset, you know? You just kind of keep going until you get something that clicks. And when you find a strategy that clicks, it's like immediate serotonin boost, you know? You're doing like 1,000,000 points per round. It's crazy, you know? But you gotta kind of get there first, you know? Let's see, 10, 9, 7, 6. I can't really do much with this. Let me see in my deck what I have left here. If I were to scrap some cards, I have 8 diamonds left and 8 clubs left. So really it's a 50-50 whether I get clubs or diamonds. Not to mention I have way more spades and hearts, so chances are if I toss these lower ones, I'm going to get hearts, which may not be good. Then again, I can't really play any hand here. I'd be playing maybe the high card. I still have this card, so maybe I should throw away the bottom half of my deck here. Okay, so I got 1 heart. 1, 2, 3, 3 diamonds, 2 clubs. Damn it. I do have 2 9s though. I can play that. I've got 1 more discard. These 3. This game definitely looks cool, but it's still pretty surprising to me how this game blew up. It's crazy good. And I can see why it's crazy good now that I've gotten my hands on it and I'm playing with it, right? The fact that one guy made this on his own and it won so many awards is kind of a testament as to like how good this game is. I will say this though, like when this game initially blew up, I was trying to avoid playing this game altogether. One, because I feel like I would get hopelessly addicted to this game, much like other people have. And 2, whenever something is just like crazy popular and everyone's like foaming at the mouth for this game, it kind of gives me like a little bit of anti-hype, you know? It makes me not want to play the game because like it's just crazy overpopular and people are like going super crazy over it. I don't know what it is about me. But yeah, I kind of avoided this game for a while, and then I was finally looking for a game to play that can satisfy the idle kind of game. And this just kind of was right up the alley because you can pick up this game like right now. If you needed to go somewhere or end the game, you can go to the main menu. In fact, I'll do that right now. You can go to the main menu. You can quit this game, and then the next time you're in here, you can continue exactly where you left off. You can see it right here. So you can pick this up, you can put it down. Very easy to start the game. Very easy to get lost and play a few rounds. And I can like click out and click on my other monitors. For example, I'm on my Twitch screen right now, and the game doesn't freak out. Like it doesn't cut the audio. It doesn't like minimize the screen. So for me as a streamer, it's really good that way because I was looking for something that I could be playing while I was watching other streamers and like other videos, and this game is just like perfect for that. So for me, that's kind of why I like this game a lot. You're the exact same way? Yeah, nice. Well, not I don't know if it's nice, but you know what I mean. Let's see. This is a nice hand, not bad. 2 aces, king, queen, 2 10s, and 2 9s. I'm missing a jack to be able to do a straight. We're kind of all over the place with the suits. I'll do a 2 pair and see where that goes. I'll do a 2 pair with the 9s. Oh, we beat it. Exactly 800. This part gives me so much serotonin, by the way. Just like the sound design of like it counting all the coins, the money that we're getting, like the cards being shuffled. And then the cash out noise, the money, it's all really satisfying to my brain for some reason. Okay, in the shop now, we get Diet Cola. Sell this card to create a free double tag. $6. I have $13 to my name. We can get a free double tag, which is the next thing we skip. The reward is doubled, basically. We can make a wild card here. Wild cards are very useful. If you look at the descriptor there, it says wild card can be used as any suit. So for example, if you have a 10 of diamonds and you give it the wild card status, that 10 can now be used in any of the suits. So if I'm playing a flush of only hearts, it can now be counted as a hearts card, which I think is pretty neat. I can do upgrades, and I really do need the upgrades. I'm gonna do it. Come on, baby. Yeah, Jupiter. Jupiter gives you flush. Uranus gives you 2 pair. Upgrades your 2 pair. And Mercury levels up the pair. Usually you'll have hands where you'll have more 2 pairs than pairs. But honestly, if you get high enough, you want to level up both. And then I really want to do flush, because flush is like the main strategy I'm playing so far. So I'm gonna choose flush. Jupiter. And then I'm at 9. I'm at 9. Do I want another Joker card? The answer is yes. Let's see. This Joker gains +4 chips if played and has exactly 4 cards. So this becomes useful, sort of, I guess. Oh, this Joker gains 4 chips. So every time you do that, it'll gain +4 chips. This is useful if you've got 2 pair then. If you're doing exactly 4 cards, right? Then that means your strategy would be that you would always be playing 2 pair. And since we just upgraded flush, this kind of runs counter. Well, not counter, but it kind of runs a little bit off of what we're doing. And then we got played cards with heart suit will give +3 to multiplier when scored. If anything, I would say this one. I would choose this one. I don't really like do a focus of any of the suits. I've not done that yet. I'm sure I could if I get the right cards, but I guess I'll choose this one for now. You can always sell them, as you can see here. And this one is worth 2 because it's a common. Uncommons, oh well, I guess uncommons are also worth 2. I guess it really depends on the card. Anyways, this card is called the Lusty Joker. Because of the hearts, I suppose. Let's go to the next round. If I skip this, I get initial cards and booster packs in the next shop are free. So that means I get 4 free things, I believe, if I were to skip this blind. Of course, the next opponent is going to be Flint. And I think I might die to Flint. So whatever, we're all in, baby. I'm going to skip the big blind to get the bonus, and then we're going to go into the boss blind. Base chips and multiplier are halved. So your score gets halved, basically. And it's super annoying because I have to beat 1600 score to get it. You can tap on the chip there. I wonder if I get something if I mess with this. The card, like the cards you get, either Jokers or the cards in your suit and stuff like that, they get unlocked if you like do certain things in the game. Like discard a certain number of cards, discard a specific card, you know, use a specific card. It doesn't look like it's gonna give it to me. Not unless I sit here and I click like 1,000 times. Alright, let's see. Ace, Jack, 10, 9, 8, 2 7s, and a 6. We're kind of even on suits. We can do Jack, 10, 9, 8, 7 for straight. But now that we have level 2 flush, it is 50 by 6, which is way better than 30 by 4. And you see why the upgrades are super important. So rather than go for a straight, I'm going to hold on to what I think are the valuable cards. And I'm going to toss them and hope that I get better ones. So now I have 2 jacks and 3 nines. We can do a full house. A full house is worth 40 by 4. It's already better than a flush, or already better than a straight. But doesn't beat a level 2 flush. So I can either go for the full house or hope that I get something better. But honestly, full house is already pretty good. There you go. Score is halved. Now we're calculating. Oh, hearts adds to the multiplier. That's right. I gotta remember that. That means we gotta go for like a hearts flush. If we can. Looks like we still got some hearts in the deck, so... Let's see. 2 queens, 2 tens. I want to go for hearts though, so maybe... Toss the 10... The 6... The 3... Jack spades. 1, 2, 3, 4 in diamonds. How many more diamonds we got? Oh, it's looking pretty thin. Only 7 left. Do I risk it? Toss the ace and the jack, and maybe the 4. Damn it. I did get 4 5s though. A 4 of a kind is worth 60 by 70. So let's do that, I guess. And it's halved, so you know. I need 300 more. I have this guy, which gives me chips for face cards, and this guy, which gives me multiplier for hearts. So, what that means is, I need face cards in hearts. I only got 2 in the deck. And then 7 overall. King, 2 queens, 2 tens. And I have 2 more hands to play. No discards. 300 points left to get. I guess I'll play 2 pair. Did I upgrade 2 pair? I did not. It's 20 by 2, but it gives me more chips with the Scary Face Joker. And I do have 1 heart, which will add +3 to multiplier. So I'm wondering if this is the better option. I can't really discard, right? So I'll have to play a hand. And honestly, this is the best hand I can make. Yeah. We're gonna go for it. $100, 10 times 8. I think we got it. Yep. Ooh, okay. I guess it's better to fight Flint right now than it is later on, because later on it gets ridiculous the amount of score you need to win. Okay. So now we can upgrade Uranus for the 2 pair at free 99 because we got the reward for skipping the 1 blind. So we can upgrade our 2 pair. +1 discard each round. I guess I don't really need it like that, but I'll keep it for now. I don't think it matters with the cards I have right now, but Joker cards are activated from left to right. So you gotta kind of read as to how they'll interact with each other. But usually I keep multipliers on the right side because you want the multipliers to go into effect after everything else has been scored, right? Because if you've got a score and then you've got a ×2 multiplier at the end, it'll take that entire score and times it by 2, which I think is super useful. Everything else here is kind of incidental, like specific to one particular card or another. I get my Arcana pack for free. Arcana, by the way, it takes these cards that you've drawn right now, and it modifies them in some way, shape, or form. So the world will take up to 3 cards and turn them into spades. Temperance will give you the total value of whatever your jokers are worth. Up to $50. Right now they're worth 8, so I'll get $8. Emperor, create up to 2 random tarot cards, but you gotta have room for them. Room for them up here in your usable card slot. Because I'm running this deck, the Nebula deck, it gives me where can I see the thing? It gives me this bonus where whenever I draw a planet booster pack, it will always give me the planet, the upgrade for my most played poker hand. In which case I'm going for flush, so it'll always give me the flush upgrade. Very useful if you're trying to do that. But the downside of this deck is that you only get 1 usable item slot, whereas this one will create 2 tarot cards. So you're kind of wasting that upgrade or that card. The tower gives you a stone card. Stone cards are worth 50 chips with no rank or suit, so you can't really match them up for anything. But if you've got like a throwaway card, if you've got like a 2-pair, you can put in this stone card and it'll give you plus 50 chips. I've not really messed around with too many stone cards, but that is an option available for you. And then the sun converts 3 cards into hearts. I'm actually gonna go for the money right here, and we'll go for there. And then we get an Arcana pack as well. So now we get the Emperor card again. We get Death, which will convert the left card into the right card. This is pretty useful for getting more face cards, and I think I might do that. Or the Star converts up to 3 cards into diamonds. I'm going to convert the left card into the right card. The left card into the right card. So actually we're playing hearts, right? So it would be of my benefit if I turned the 4 into a Queen of Hearts. It says convert the left card into the right card. Okay, so I gotta put the Queen over here. Select them, choose this one, and now I should have 2 Queen of Hearts. Nice. So this will be useful for me because I've been playing the Hearts Joker. And then I have 20 bucks to my name. I can buy this voucher that says all cards and packs in the shop are now 25% off, which is very useful because we love saving money here. Alright, we are now in ante 3. The small blind, if I skip it, it says I get a free Mega Celestial pack, which is 2. I can choose 2 of the 5 planet cards to be used immediately. I think I'll do that. Alright, I get to choose 2. It's giving me Uranus because I think that's my most played hand. Let me see. Uranus is for 2-pair. Yeah, I have 4 hands of 2-pair, but that's only because that's all I've been getting, really. So that means that I gotta step up my game if I wanna get Jupiter for the flush. I can upgrade 3 of a kind pair, straight flush, full house, and 2-pair. So I'll do 2-pair, I guess. And then I'll do full house because I sometimes get that. That's like my 3rd most played hand. Alright. The big blind, if I skip the big blind, I get $25 after I defeat the big boss blind. Honestly, I'm gonna play the big blind just because I want to get to the shop and I want to be able to get upgrades before I go into the boss blind. So I have 4 diamonds, Queen, 9, 4, and 2. I have a Jack of spades, 9 of clubs, 6 of spades, and a 2 of hearts. Nothing's really jumping out at me except to make a flush with the diamonds. Full house is now worth 65 by 6, so it is worth it if I can see an option for that. And then the 2 pair is at level 3, so it's 60 by 4, so it beats the flush right now. And I do have a 2 pair with the 9s and 2s. It's just not really. I'm not getting any modifiers for that though. And it'll be worth it, I think. I have enough discards where if things don't go my way, I can just keep doing discards. Yeah, see, that only gave me 574 out of the 3,000 that we need. Ooh, queen, king, jack 10, 7, 6, 5, 4. You would think the 7, 6, 5, 4 would be worth a lot, right? If you get a straight. But the straight is only worth 30 by 4. I'm going to discard and see if I can get any better hands. Better cards. Okay, so now I have 2 queens, 2 kings, 2 10s. No real cohesion in terms of suit. So I might as well keep playing 2 pair, I suppose. Yeah. We're gonna get some bonus here because they're all face cards. We got the modifier for the heart. 220 times 70. Okay, we're about halfway there. We have 3 hearts. We still have quite a bit of hearts in the deck, so we can discard to try to grab them. I'm gonna discard the spades. Yeah, we'll see what we can get. Now I have 4 hearts. And 1 diamond. But also 2 5s and 2 10s. I honestly don't know why I'm going for flush at this point, because our 2 pair is just that much stronger. I should be trying to shoot for 5 of flush so I can get the multiplier. Anyways, we beat it, so we're good. Oh yeah. Because everything is 25% off, these are now worth $2 and $3 and $1 from 4. Tower makes stone cards. Mars upgrades 4 of a kind, so really not worth it. I can reroll, but the reroll is worth $5, and honestly I don't... This may be a game about gambling, but I'm gonna try to minimize the amount of gambling I have to do, you know? I'd rather see what I can get in the Joker pack. Okay, so we get plus 10 multiplier if the hand contains a flush, or double the rank of the lowest ranked card held in hand to the multiplier. Flush isn't really working the way I want it to, so we're gonna pick up this guy. Double the rank of the lowest ranked card hand into the multiplier. So for example, if I have a 5 as my lowest ranked card, the 5 will get added to the multiplier, the red side of the score. And I'll also buy a standard pack. See what kind of cards I can add to the deck. Ooh, so these are the ones that I was talking about, the wild cards. I have a 2 of spades, that's a wild, and I have a queen of spades, that's a wild. So very worth it to pick that up, because it can be used in any suit. I wonder then if it'll be counted as a heart for my heart joker. I'm gonna actually go to the bathroom real quick. I'll be right back. Make sure you guys stretch, untrimmed, drink water, you know. I'm going to be doing the same. So I'll be right back. I'm back, but Balatro died. It doesn't like it when I switch scenes, apparently. I wonder if that's a thing. Or maybe I have to upgrade my OBS. I'm so scared that updating my OBS will destroy my setup, you know? As I've heard other people say. It has. So I usually don't upgrade, don't update my OBS until I absolutely need it. And if it's gonna keep doing that, then maybe I might have to look into it. But it's not so bad to have to relaunch the game. Okay, so I wasn't gonna go with the Mars upgrade. I don't need a tower. I got the upgrade, right? So now we can go into the next round. Give me 1 second. Alright. Let us continue. The boss blind here is going to be the needle. The needle only lets you play one hand. Oh. Huh. Damn, I don't have any boss rerolls, so this might be it. My modifiers aren't that great where I can only play one hand. The way it's gonna have to be, I'm gonna have to discard until I get all face cards and all queens, or all face cards, all hearts, to be able to get the modifier. Yeah. So let's toss these. I have 3 tries to get all hearts. Or failing that, all face cards. In some way, shape, or form. I have 2 more discards. I have 3 hearts. Let me see. Sorry guys, I'm being distracted by something. Give me 1 second. Alright. Let's see. Hearts, hearts, hearts. I do have a flush. Or sorry, full house. Which is worth more. But not enough heart cards to really use this. Although maybe the 30 chips is gonna do it. And then if I cut away, I still need to try. Right? I can try. How many more hearts do I have? I have better odds, even if I were to discard twice. That's better. I want the king though, or the other queen. Damn it. Okay, I can do full house with the queen so I can get the heart. And they're all face cards, so the modifier should be higher. There we go. There we go. The number's going now. They zooming, boys. Yay, 8,000. We did it. I honestly did not think it was gonna go that way. So even if I play all face cards, in my final hand, this card will activate. All of them get re-triggered. So they get counted twice, basically. And then Scary Face will count them all again, I suppose, for plus 30 chips. And then these guys kind of help too, as well. All right. Narrowly avoided disaster. Re-trigger all cards played for the next 10 hands. That's this guy, but every hand played for the next 10 hands. It sounds good to me, honestly. When blind is selected, plus 3 hands, and lose all discard. So I get 3 more hands, but I don't get the ability to discard. Huh. It's an interesting trade-off. You're basically just gonna burn through hands to try to get the cards you want. But I get plus 3 hands, but I lose 4 discards, so it's not really worth it right now. Plus I'm full up here. Or if I get rid of this discard, or this one, I think this one is the least useful right now anyways. I'm gonna go with this one, the seltzer. It'll be good for a while. Then we're gonna do upgrades. There we go, there's Jupiter. What are my runs looking like? 2 pair is still my highest. And now I got flush at 65 by 8. So I can do that more. And then full house is pretty up there too. And open up another upgrade pack. I'll level up the 2 pair again, huh? That'd be so funny. I'll do full house. We'll see how it goes. Just so that I don't get stuck in the trap of, well, 2 pair is my highest, so I'm gonna keep doing 2 pair, you know? Yeah. Okay, a small blind of 5,000 chips. We're starting to get higher and higher now, with the boss blind being at 10,000 chips to beat. If I skip it, I get a rare joker for free. So I think we'll do that. Then the big blind, if I skip it, it gives me a free ethereal pack. I think I'll just play it for money though. The ethereal packs give you modifiers to your cards, but sometimes they're useful, sometimes they're not. It's kind of like a mixed bag, really. We have a king, we have a wild queen, 2 7s, 6 3, and then a pair of 2s. We're still playing hearts. We are still playing face cards. So maybe I would want to do... play 7s and 2s. Yeah. For a 2 pair. We'll get the modifier. And then the seltzer is going at it there. Counting them for twice. Which means we get the multiplier twice for hearts. 960 on that first hand, which is a little bit low, but it was kind of a throwaway hand a little bit. So let me see. We do stand to do a hearts flush. We've got 4 cards that can be hearts. So I'm gonna toss these. Now we can do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for a flush of hearts, basically. We'll see if the modifier counts for them too. Oh, it's a big number. Oh, it does. It does count for them. Oh, the flames on the score means that we're gonna do big numbers. Yeah. 16K when we only needed 7.5. This is what I'm talking about, that once you start to get like a good setup, the numbers start going up and up, and things start to feel good. Vagabond, create a tarot card if hand is played with $4 or less. So basically, if you're perpetually broke, this card is for you. Fortune Teller, +1 multiplier per tarot card used this turn, or this run. I've only done that twice, it seems, so... Oh, that was my free rare card? I have to go broke? Although, creating a tarot card if I have $4 or less is kind of crazy. I feel like my current setup is pretty good, though. I mean, I could discard the drunkard one for it, but honestly, we're doing pretty good. I'm gonna keep it going. Open an Arcana pack for modifiers. I can do Death again. The Fool. I'm gonna do another Queen. And for that, I will do 14, 13, 14, 13. Spade, I guess. Transform the left card into the right card. So the Queen needs to be over here. And do this. More queens, yay! Alright. We could probably afford another spectral pack. Alright. So now you get to see what the spectral packs do. Add a blue seal to one of your selected cards. A blue seal does create a planet card for final played poker hand of the round if held in the hand. And then you have to have room for it. Or destroy one random card in your hand and add 2 random enchanted aces or enhanced aces to your hand. Yeah, I'll take that bet. I lose a 2 and I get 2 modified aces. So now we're gonna go into the plant. All face cards are debuffed, which is not good because that's kind of what we go for. But we'll see how this goes. So here, all face cards are debuffed, and when they're debuffed like this, they will not count towards your score, and the Joker cards won't trigger for them. So for example, if this was a heart, even if I played it, they wouldn't give me the heart Joker modifier. So you just gotta play around that. In this case, we have to play only numbered cards and the ace. The ace being kind of useless because you can't link it to the 2. It counts from the face cards downwards. So in this case, if we can't play face cards, it's kind of not good, really. Here's a modified 10, a multiplier. Gives us 10 chips plus and adds +4 to the multiplier. We got spades though. We can do a spade flush. I think I'll do that. If I can get it. 10, 9, 8, 7. I need a 6. The 6 that I had just tossed earlier. Not that a straight would help me out here, really. I can do 2 pair for 60 by 4. Full house is better though. I'm gonna toss the 9, 8, and 7. Actually, spade flush for 65. Although I could be going for a full house. The king's not gonna help me out here, right? I should toss that. Keep the spade. Toss the 8. See how it goes. 2 10s, 2 9s. Toss the 8 and the 7 maybe to see if I can go for a flush. King and a 5. That's going to be all my discards. I do have now a full house with the aces. I'm not going to get any modifiers though from the jokers, I don't think. Oh, except for the seltzer does get multiplied again. Yeah, that's true. That might be enough to clear me. $3,000 out of 10,000. We need 7,000 more. We can do a hearts flush. We got 4. Even if the queen is not counted, we could potentially do it. How many hearts do I have left? Not a whole lot. The 7, 6, 5, the 3, and the ace. We're gonna have more of the other ones, and plus I don't have any discards. I'm gonna have to go for a 2 pair. Yeah. Something like this. At least the modifier will count for double. You really want to get the multiplier score up because that's what it's being multiplied by. And the bigger the multiplier, the bigger the score, right? So 2 aces. No discards, and I have 2 hands left to play. I guess this is a scrap round. One, 2, 3, 4. Damn, I only have 1 hand left to play. Two, and then these guys, I guess? Would they get counted? I don't think they would, right? Yeah, they wouldn't. It's not gonna be enough, I don't think. No, unfortunately. Unfortunately not. So, we've reached now the game over screen. We've been playing for about an hour and a half, right? So that kind of tells you how long each game is gonna go. We made it all the way up to ante 4, which is about halfway. And, our best hand was worth 15k chips. And you can see all our stats here. The seed number, I imagine someone could take this and take it, and then like they'll get the same kind of like cards that I would get, maybe in a different order, maybe not exactly the same ones that came for me, right? But something like this, right? So you can copy that and save it for another day if you have a particularly good run, or maybe try someone else's run. Anywho, you can do a new run right off the bat or go to the main menu. We're just gonna go right into a new run. For some reason, I can't seem to win with the Nebula deck, even though I'm supposed to be able to get like planet upgrades pretty quickly, pretty easily, right? So by upgrading all your hands, you'll have an easier time, right? But something about this deck is like the way the algorithm plays with it. It like I've never had really a winning run with it. We're gonna do one more, maybe a few more, just to see how it goes. Can you load a specific seed? I imagine so. If we go into new run, you can do a seeded run. And here you can do enter seed. So you can paste the seed that you have here from somewhere else and then play that particular seed, I imagine. I haven't really done it, so I'm sure someone more knowledgeable can explain that better, I suppose. Anywho, we are in Ante 1. If we skip the small blind, we get a polychrome tag. The next base edition shop Joker is free and becomes polychrome. So you can replay a seed if you feel like you were really close. Yeah, I imagine something like that, right? Like if you really liked the cards that you had, but you kind of messed up or you didn't quite get as far as you wanted to, you could probably replay it. For me though, I always want to for me, every game is something new, right? So I don't really feel a need to want to replay another game because I'm still trying to discover all the different ways you can set up a game, right? So at least for right now, I kind of want each game to be different. Anyways, I'm gonna skip it because getting a polychrome is really useful. A polychrome will modify your Joker to have a times 1.5 multiplier. Whenever anything modifies your cards to have times 1.5 to the multiplier or times anything to the multiplier, that is so big because it's gonna take your score and multiply it by that amount. So if you have a modifier that's like times 2, it'll basically double your score each time. And you definitely want that for bigger runs. Big blind now. If I skip it, I get +3 hand size. I'm just gonna play normally. Okay, ace, jack, 10, 9, 2 5s, a 4, and a 3. Nowhere for a flush, really. Our modifiers have been reset, so we're kind of have to do all those upgrades anew. We can do jack, 10, 9 as a straight. But honestly, even the base straight does not beat a flush. So I'm gonna hope for something better. Closest in clubs. So I'm gonna see if I can do that. Toss these guys. I guess I could play a pair, but the points you get for a pair without any modifiers isn't that great. King and a jack. 9, 8, 4 3s. Honestly, not that great. Ace, queen, ace, king, queen, jack, and now I need a 10. I'm not gonna get the clubs, I don't think. So I'm gonna play a pair just to toss cards. I do want to keep one more discard. I could have honestly tossed them, but I feel like I need to get my score in at some point, right? I'm gonna have to go with 2 pair here. I'm really running out of options. Yeah, see, like right now it's just base stats, so we're not getting too much. Even though the blind is only 450, I only have 2 more hands to kind of make something here. I'm gonna discard these. Hope I get face cards. Alright. Now we're going somewhere. We have a flush. That should be game. Yep, 540. Nice. Give me my money. Ooh. Mystic Summit. Plus 15 multiplier when 0 discards remaining. Plus, it's polychrome, so it adds 1.5 to the multiplier. And because it's free 99, we're going to take it. Honestly, I don't usually take this one. but because of the polychrome modifier and it was free 99, I'm definitely going to keep it. Although I don't know if it's going to be part of the winning run necessarily. Ooh, Crystal Ball. I can get +1 consumable, which is going to mitigate the Nebula's only one. I think I'll save it. I'll save my money and I'll get that, because then this is the blind here. The boss blind. -1 hand size. And I need 600. But with the modifier here, we should be fine, as long as I get 0 discards remaining. I feel like I'm doing diamonds here. I could do a 2-pair. Unmodified. Let's try to see what a 2-pair does. I gotta be careful because I have -1 hand. Score of 150 off a 2-pair. I'm really close to spades, or actually I have spades. 1, 2, 3. Oh no, I'm really close to spades though. Let's toss these. Toss again. 3 hearts, huh? I have 2 queens. But now do I go for spades or hearts? They're about the same, really. I'm gonna toss these. Aces, queens. And now I have 0 discards, so we'll get the even bonus modifier on top of that. Alright, we get 1,000. Nice. That clears it. See, so that's where the modifier comes into play like that. Anya, hey, welcome to stream. Caw. Welcome in. We're just settling into Balatro. I say that 1 hour and a half in. We're on run number 2. Last time we made it up to like halfway, and then we could not make it out. So in the shop now, I can upgrade my 3 of a kind. I can get played cards with diamond suit gives +3 multiplier when scored, so I can play diamonds. For $5 though, I don't know about that. Seed money, raise the cap on interest earned each round to 10. This is actually not bad. It's not bad to have. I do want to buy an upgrade before anything though. Let's see what I get. I get Uranus. Nothing is upgraded yet, so I can do 2-pair, I can do 4 of a kind, or straight flush. Let's go with 2-pair. And once again, I'm getting trapped into the 2-pair hole. I'm going to do this guy, just cause interest later on becomes really useful. Now we can go into ante number 2. If I skip, I get $1 per unused discard, which kind of clashes with this Joker card, so we're not going to do that. Just going to jump right into it. Let's see, 2 kings, jack, 10, 7, 6, 3, 2. I have 4 diamonds, so I can do a flush. Although 2-pair right now is stronger. So I'll be looking for 2-pair or a flush, really. Discarding, I now have 5 diamonds for the flush. I could also do a 2-pair with the 2s, but the overall score I feel like would be smaller as opposed to a flush. Because what it's what the flush is 35 times 4. And the 2-pair is 40 times 3. Yeah, we're losing 1 multiplier, which is not what you want to do. There we go. We'll see how the Joker modifies this set. Oh, just the 1.5 multiplier. Oh, because I don't have all my discards. Okay, it's fine. We made it up to halfway. So now we just got to do that one more time. Ace, king, 2 10s, 5, 2 4s, and a 2. No flush. Really? We have more clubs and diamonds than we do spades, so we can get rid of that. We're 3 and 3. But you want to get rid of the lower ones, so we'll do this. Okay, we picked up a queen. 7, 6, and 5. We're still at 3 clubs and 3 diamonds. Let's get rid of 7, 6, and 5. If I do that, what'll I get? Probably some more numbers. Hopefully they're better though. Oop, gotta do discard. Okay, now we have 0 discards. So we'll get that plus 15 to the multiplier. Ace, queen, 10, and 5. That's 4 diamonds, 3 clubs. I guess I gotta lean into the 2 pair then. The 2 queens and a 10. High enough cards, because they're worth plus 10 chips each. And then 1.5 to the multiplier, yep. 2k chips, nice. That Joker card alone is really just like pulling our team. Single-handedly carrying the run. Earn $5 if 3 or more face cards are discarded at the same time. We're using face cards, so not really useful to us here. Jolly Joker, plus 8 multiplier if played hand contains a pair. Now, I believe a 2 pair counts as a pair. Maybe. So it may be useful to pick it up. Or I can do it all on upgrades, and I feel like I'm going to do that. We have a lucky card 3. A lucky card will give you a 1 in 5 chance to give you plus 20 to the multiplier, or a 1 in 15 chance to win $20. Actually, they're both at the same time, so there's a chance you can do both. But the rates are different. 1 in 5 for the multiplier and 1 in 15 to get $20. And then we have a bonus card, 10 of hearts, which gives me plus 30 extra chips on top of the 10. I usually like lucky cards, but because it's on the 3, it's not as useful as, say, the 10. The 10 to me feels way more useful because you can use it to connect off of the face cards if you're doing like 10, 9, 8, Jack or something like that. But also it gives you more chips, 10 chips versus 3, and then this one's plus 30 chips, so you know, we'll add that in there. Do I go for the Arcana pack and go broke? I'm gonna save my money. Alright, I can skip this blind. If I do so, I will get rerolls in the next shop start at $0. So I can reroll the shop once for free 99 basically. But it's not particularly useful, I don't think. I don't really reroll the shop all that much. And then of course the boss we're playing here is decrease the level of played poker hand, which is always fun. You know, we love to see that. But it is early game, so it is winnable. That Joker card is so shiny. I know, right? Look at it. It's what they call polychrome. Very shiny. I'm gonna go into the big blind here, just so I can get more monies and get more chances to look at the shop. So we got ace, king, jack, 9, 2 8s, a 5, and a 3. the emotes going wild. Let's see, the 2 8s, huh? 2 pair is currently my highest, right? At level 2. I would go for a 2 pair, full house, flush, or yeah, basically it. They're all pretty even in terms of suits, so I can't really make a flush happen. Not without discarding cards, which I need to anyways in order to be able to activate this guy. Ace, king, jack, 9, 2 8s. If I get a 10, I can do jack, 10, 9, 8, Then I'll also have to get a 7. There's a lot of ifs to make that happen. I guess I can start by... You know what? I'm gonna toss the 8s and these 5s here. Ooh, that did not help. I'm gonna do that one more time. Okay, better. We actually have a 4 of a kind, which is 60 by 70, and is our best bet yet. Although I should actually burn one more discard so that I can get the modifier for this guy to happen on the 4 of a kind. Yeah. So I'll just toss the 9 for a king. Nice. We can do a full house in that case. But it doesn't beat a 4 of a kind. So 4 of a kind it is. And then the multiplier times 20 times 33. Oh yeah, we're in here. 4K chips over 1.2. Definitely beat that one. $7. Okay, now we have 1 free reroll per shop for $4. Create a tarot card if poker hand contains an ace and a straight. That's very specific, I feel like. Yeah, so not very useful. I could reroll it, but the money could be better served to upgrade. Yeah. So I'm playing the Nebula deck. I'll mention this again. I'm playing the Nebula deck, and what the Nebula deck does is it gives me this voucher: Telescope, Celestial Packs, so the upgrades, will always contain a planet card for your most played poker hand. So if you see here, if you go to run info, you can see all the hands, their upgrade level, but more importantly, up to the right side is how many times you've played the hand in this run. And right now my highest played hand is 2 pair. So it will always give me the upgrade that will upgrade 2 pair. It's just kind of the way it's been going. I really want to upgrade some of these higher ones, like full house, flush. But it's just not happening to me with this run. And I feel like that might be part of like the way Celestial deck works, right? Like the upgrades you get are lower. Like it's not going to let you upgrade the big ones and like play super high cards, you know? Maybe that's just how the deck works. I don't know. Anyways, I can choose from 2 pair, 4 of a kind, or straight. Straight and 4 of a kind are not that common, so I guess I'll just keep leaning into the 2 pair. I don't want to have to keep using 2 pair because, like I said, flush and full house are usually better. But as you can see right now, my 2 pair is worth 60 times 4, which is about as close to 4 of a kind. You know, so it's already that much better. Do I get a jumbo pack? I'm gonna save my money. The arm is the next boss. It will decrease the level of my played poker hand. Decrease the level of my played poker hand. I feel like that means that the chips will count for less. So I will really have to rely on my joker and my modifiers, I feel like. Anyways, we got a queen, 2 10s, a 6, 5, and a 4, and then a 3 and a 2. So really I can do a straight with 6, 5, 4, 3, and 2, but the straight is only worth 30 by 4 as opposed to 60 by 4 of a 2 pair. And like even the flush level 1 and full house beat it, so I may just scrap those. Yeah, ultimately I just need to get my discards to be at 0 to activate the card. So we'll just keep building until we get something useful. For example, this full house. Yeah. We'll see how much we get with this boss battle and how much it like cuts it by. I didn't really see what it did. It counted my score unless it reduced it by the multiplier already, and I just wasn't paying attention. Let's see. I got 2 queens, a king, a jack, and a 9. I can get rid of 7, 3, and 2. Now I have 3 queens and 2 9s for a full house again. Although I am 1 discard away from activating the Joker. So I will discard the 8 here to get another 8. 8 of diamonds. But I will play the full house with the queen and the 9s. And we'll see how it goes. Yeah, it's not cutting down the modifier, so I'm not sure what that is doing necessarily. But it doesn't matter because the Joker card pulled through and we were able to beat the boss. So good. I love all these sounds. Okay, we have $15. And we've got quite a few good things in here. For example, the hanging Chad. Chad as in like the little bit of paper that you use in a ballot card for voting, not like Chad the dude bro, you know? Retrigger first played card used in scoring retrigger the first played card used in scoring 2 additional times. So the first card in your hand, say for example a king or a queen, will get counted 2 more times. So if the king is worth 10, it'll now be worth 30 because it'll get counted twice. Additionally, this Joker is a foil. If you can see a little bit here, like when I move the card, it's got like circles around it and it's shiny, right? A foil card by itself will give you plus 50 chips for every hand you play. So this is very useful. I'm gonna get it. And now we have 2 Jokers. The Emperor creates 2 random tarot cards, but I don't have really space for it because I only have 1 slot. Permanently gain +1 hand per round. The Grabber. I unfortunately do not have enough for it, but I should be able to within this particular setup. If I win the next one, I'll have enough money. And then we can get a booster. I do really want the booster pack. If I waste $4 to get the booster, I'm counting on my fingers. I'll have $5 left. And then if I get minimum $5 from the next run, I'll have 10 to buy this voucher. So I think it's worth it. Who knew? Who knew this game would force you to do math, right? I mean, with all the numbers and whatnot. Of course we get the 2-pair upgrade. But we also have full house and pair. Full house, I feel like we'll want to do that. We're already at level 3 plus for 2-pair. I kind of want to be able to use full house as well. Okay. That'll do it. We'll go into ante 3. And for the small blind we have, if we skip it, it says the next base edition shop Joker is free and becomes polychrome. So we get another shiny polychrome Joker if we skip this. So I will. If we skip the big blind, it says choose 2 of 5 playing cards to add to your deck. I honestly could use the money before we go into the needle, because if you guys were here in the last round, the needle only allows you to play 1 hand in your deck, so you gotta really make it count. So I'm going to go in here to get the money and see if there's any worthwhile upgrades that we can grab in the shop before we go into the boss round. Okay, so the hand is Queen, Jack, 2 10s, 8, 2 6s, and a 2. Again, evenly distributed for suits. So I think honestly I could either make a hearts flush or a diamonds flush, but flush is still at level 1. And right now the full house and 2 pair are upgraded. So you really want to go for those. Yeah, because they're both 65. And the other ones give about 30. So full house or a 2 pair. I have 2 10s and 6s. I wonder if I should just keep discarding though until I get 0, so I can start putting this guy into effect as soon as possible. Then again, because we have the hanging Chad, we get scoring 2 additional times each time. So we'll get that 10 to be 30 plus the 50 chips. It may be worth to play 2 pair right now. And then we'll see if we can discard to make a bigger hand later. There we go. So we got 252 times 6 for 1.5. Okay, chips, which means we're about halfway to beating the big blind. Okay, we got 2 queens, a king, a jack, 8, 7, 3, 2. So we can't really make a hand aside from the pair of queens. So we'll go ahead and toss these. Now we have 2 queens and 2 jacks, so we can make a 2 pair. And they're face cards, so the queen will be counted for 30. I can, you know, aside from that, I can toss the 7, 5, and 2 to see if I can get, like this, 3 queens and 2 jacks for a full house, which is currently running at 65 by 6. Or, before I do that, I have one more discard to go before Mystic Summit Joker activates. So we can toss this 3. Now play full house with the full modifiers in hand. So we're about to see big numbers, hopefully. $135, 185 times 31.5, giving us a total of 7k chips for the win. Oh, we only get $4 off of that, plus 2, and then any interest earned. So here's the interest that we did before. 1 interest per $5, $10 maximum. So if you have $10, you'll get $2 in interest, and so on and so forth. So if you have $20, I think that would be what, $4 in interest, right? For a maximum, it'll give you a maximum of 10. At one point I did max that out. There's like a Joker modifier that will do that for you, and I was getting $10 minimum each round, which is pretty sweet. Anywho, our free polychrome Joker is called Delayed Gratification. You earn $2 per discard if no discards are used by the end of the round. That's unfortunate because the Joker that's currently carrying our asses relies on us using discards. Not to mention, discarding is kind of part of our strategy right now. So this is not a useful card to have. However, it is free 99, so we're gonna pick it up, and we could sell it right now for $4, or we'll keep it for the modifier, the 1.5 modifier, because it is polychrome, or just to have the double modifiers. So now this one will give us 1.5 times the multiplier, and this one will give us 1.5 times the multiplier. It doesn't matter if we don't use its effect. The fact that it's polychrome, it's shiny like this, means that we're going to get the 1.5 times modifier regardless. So now we've got basically a total of 3 times multiplier. So we're sitting pretty so far. I'm going to get this to get one more hand, or there are 2 celestial packs here. But the next thing is the boss, right? And if we do the boss, yeah, if we do the boss, then the shop resets. Is the 1 extra hand worth it? Honestly, in my runs beforehand, I didn't have to use all my hands. Unless, like, it's gotten down to, like, desperation, you know? I think upgrading our cards at this point in time would be much more useful. Alright. Straight, pair, or 2 pair. So we're gonna go with 2 pair. 2 pair is now at level 4, giving us 80 times 5. Alright, another Celestial Pack. We get to choose 1 out of these 5. We get, of course, 2 pair, but also Full House, 3 of a kind, 4 of a kind, or Straight Flush. I'm gonna upgrade the Full House because we've also been pretty good with getting those. Full House is now at level 3 for 90 times 8. Okay. And then we'll just go into the next round, I suppose. I'm gonna position here. I don't think positioning them one over the other here is gonna affect anything because they're both giving me times 1.5. But I want this one to trigger last for whatever it's worth. Because once again, the jokers will trigger from left to right. So if you want one to trigger last or one to trigger first, you want to put them more on the left than on the right. So we're gonna go on to the next round where we're gonna fight the needle. Oh god, I forgot we were fighting it. The needle means we only play one hand. We get one hand and one hand only to make this count. What this means is I'm going to have to play all my discards to get the activation off of this joker. And then I'm going to want to get maybe all face cards so the Hanging Chad can give us plus 30, plus 50 to give us 80 chips, and then the modifiers can kick in and stuff. Yeah. Okay, so we have an ace, king, jack, 10, 8, 5, 4, and 3. Nothing really in the way of getting a flush. Let's see here. Full House is giving us 90 times 8. 2 pair is giving us 80 times 5. So we do want to look for a Full House, but we can also take a 2 pair. I'm going to get rid of the 5, 4, and a 3. We'll see what we get. Now we have ace, king, queen, jack, 10 for a straight. But the straight is really not doing us any favors, so we're not going to do that. Instead, I'm going to get rid of the 8, 7, and 6. Hopefully get better cards. We got an 8, 5, and 2. I'm going to discard one more time so we can get 0 discards. So now our final hand is going to be ace, king, queen, 2 jacks, 10, 8, and 7. Well, shit. This didn't go out the way I thought it would. We don't have an upgraded pair, so pair is just going to give us 10 times 2. And I don't think we can do hearts flush. We can't do... We can do a straight. Ace, king, queen, jack, 10. For 30 by 4. And I think that's gonna be the best we can do. And then just pray that our modifiers are enough. The ace is gonna go for the Hanging Chad, so plus 11. Plus 11 times 3 for 33. And then just kind of hope everything works out. Alright, here we go. Times 31, 4K, let's go. We take those. Always scary when you can only play a single hand to make it out. Well, I was able to beat the needle twice this stream, so I'm feeling pretty confident if I do say so myself. Let's see, in the shop we get the Mad Joker, plus 10 multiplier if played hand contains 2 pair. Yo, we love 2 pairs in this game, so we're gonna pick that up. Troubadour, +2 hand size, +2 to your hand size. So the number of cards you get to play each time is +2. So I think the default is 8. So if you get this card, you would get 10 cards to play with at the start. However, you get -1 hand each round. Each round you play, the number of hands goes down. So the number of tries you get, 4. This would go down to 3 each round, which is crazy. I do not want any part of that. We also get the crystal ball, which will give me +1 consumable slot. I've not been getting any like tarot cards or anything to be used up in this item slot here. So it's not particularly useful, not to mention we don't have the money for it. We're just gonna go into the next round. I'm gonna drink some water here. All right. Who knew that playing cards could make you thirsty? Let's see. The small blind. We can re-roll the boss. And the boss is currently the wheel. 1 in 7 cards get drawn face down. 1 in 7 cards. So that's the odds. The odds are 1 in 7. Chance that a card gets drawn face down. And when a card gets drawn face down, you can't unflip it, and you don't know what the card is. So basically, it's like it's debuffed. It's like it's debuffed, but if you play a card face down, at the end, like when you're actually playing it, they'll unflip it, and if it can be counted for your score, they'll go ahead and count it. So it's a little bit of gambling, it's a little bit of chance. I don't particularly like that because I like to see what I'm playing, you know? So there is that. So maybe it might be worth it to re-roll. However, the wheel isn't as bad as like the needle that we just fought, or any other boss that like says your score gets cut in half. Basically, those are the worst to fight. So it's annoying, but I think we can do it. We can beat it. So I won't skip this small blind. We're gonna go into it. We're gonna start with Queen, King, 10, 9, 2 7s, a 6, and a 2. Kind of evenly distributed in terms of suit. I do have 3 clubs though, so I could be going for a flush, but I gotta remember that the flush is not upgraded currently. So we're looking for a full house or a 2 pair. Even more so because this Joker gives me +10 to the multiplier if I do 2 pair. Okay, so maybe keeping the 7. No, actually I'm gonna scrap the 7s. And I'm gonna see if I can get any higher cards. We got 6, 5, 3, 2. Not that much better, to be honest. I'm gonna re-roll those. Okay, now we got 2 kings and 2 8s, which is not bad. If I toss this 6, I will have 0 discards, so I can activate that 1 Joker card. And now I can play 2 pair with all my modifiers. Multiplier, and we have 10k chips, which is more than double that when we need. All right, we got $6 out of that. We got earn $4 if the poker hand is a straight flush. The poker hand changes at the end of each round. Earn $4, huh? So it's random, but I guess if you can get it to fall on a full house or a 2 pair, that's an easy $4, you know? And then Mars upgrades 4 of a kind. We still have the crystal ball, but we're not really doing tarot cards this round, I guess. So I'm still kind of up in the air about it. Might as well get an upgrade pack. I think is more worth the value here. Okay, so now we can level up Flush. We can get 2 pair up to level 5 if we want to. We also have High Card, 3 of a kind, and Pair. I'm gonna do Flush. Just because I like using Flush. It's very easy to get, in my mind. And by upgrading it, we can get it to be somewhere actually decent. So now it's 50 by 6. Not a full house or 2 pair at this point, but if we get another one, we'll be able to kind of really get to it, I think. This one rerolls the boss blind again. They really want me to reroll, huh? I'm not gonna do it. I believe. Okay, so we're doing the big blind now. 7.5k chips to beat, and I have a king, 10, 8, 7, 2 4s, and 2 2s for a 2 pair, which will add to my multiplier. With only 3 discards though, I feel like the goal here is to start, like, don't even play a hand until we get 0 discards, and then play all 4 of my hands with max level discard. I think I'm gonna do that. Okay, we picked up an ace. 9, 8. I have a straight, but it's not upgraded, so we're not gonna bother with that. We have 2 8s, which could be useful. I'm gonna get rid of the ace, the 7, and the 3. Okay, now we have 2 10s, 2 8s. 1 more discard. We can honestly get rid of the 7 and the 2 to pick up 2 jacks. So now we have 2 jacks, 2 10s, and 2 8s. And now we can start the run with 2 10s and the jacks. 80 by 5, and then all the modifiers that come with that. This might just be enough, honestly. $50 times 50? That's crazy. So now we win with 12k chips. Very nice. $7. I would like to get $10 every round, but I suppose beggars can't be choosers. So now we have exactly $10 to our name. We can go with the Emperor, create 2 tarot cards, creates up to 2 random tarot cards. You must have room though. I wonder if this means, because we only have 1 item slot, does this mean that if we buy this card, we're only gonna get 1 tarot card, or it simply won't activate for us because we don't have the space for 2? For $3 though, I'd rather get more booster packs. To be quite honest with you, if I had more money, I'd be like, yeah, sure, let's find out what happens, you know, but I gotta save in these trying times. And then the Joker card is Fibonacci. Each played ace, 2, 3, 5, and 8 gives +8 multiplier when scored. So if your hand has a 2, 3, 5, 8, or an ace, it adds +8 for each of those. Fibonacci, for the Fibonacci sequence, which is like this little thingy here that's supposed to be like a ratio of something and has to do with these numbers, but I don't know too much about it. I'm not that smart on math, to be honest with you. Ooh, what is this? A polychrome 3 of hearts? I did not know regular cards could become polychrome, but here we are. So basically, if you play this 3 of hearts, if I'm reading this correctly, if you play this 3 of hearts in your hand, it will give times 1.5 to the multiplier. That's a little insane to think about. Right next to it is a wild 10 of clubs. Wild card can be used with any suit, so it's very useful to me if I want to make like a flush happen. But the times 1.5 multiplier, is just insane to think about. I'm gonna go for it. All right, I have exactly $6 to go for a Joker pack. But there's no guarantee that it's gonna be rare or useful. And what are we at right now? We're gonna fight the boss. Yeah, sure. Maybe we'll get something like super powerful. 80 chips if we get a flush. Earn $1 for each 9 in your deck at the end of the round. Currently 4. +1 multiplier per tarot card used, which is 0. And then create a tarot card if poker hand contains an ace or a straight. Honestly, not the god roll I was expecting. I guess the money could be useful, but that only triggers at the end of the round. That means I have to beat the boss to even get the $4. Whereas the crafty Joker gives me 80 chips if I play a flush. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Not the best, but here we go. Into the boss round. 1 in 7 cards get drawn face down, and as you can see, I got one already. My only indicator for what this card could be is the fact that I'm categorizing by rank, right? So ace being the highest, 2 being the lowest. And so I know that this is a face card between the ace and the jack. So what that means is it's either a king or a queen. As to what the suit is honestly up in the air. But we're gonna keep doing what we've been doing, where we're gonna discard all our cards and get the multiplier off of this one Joker, Mystic Summit, and then try to make a hand from there. So I guess if it is a king or a queen, it might be worth holding on to. We just don't know what suit it is. So we can't really plan for a... Oh, we can do a full... Well, not the flush. We can do a full house. And we could do potentially a 2-pair. If we get lucky enough. I'm going to toss the 5, 3, and a 2. We pick up 2 10s and a 4. So now we can do 2-pair off the ace. I mean, there is potential that it's also an ace or a jack, right? That flipped over card. I don't know enough. I'm gonna turn the 4 and the 3, and we got a 6. Okay, now we're at 0 discards. So now, even if we do ace, it'll be high card, right? Oh, if it was a heart. If this one's a heart, we could do a flush. But honestly, the full house or the 2-pair are worth more. Let's do this then. Let's say, hopes and dreams, right? That this is 3 aces and 2 10s. Either this becomes a 2-pair, or we get a full house with 3 aces, which would be insane. Right? Here we go, gambling time. It is not, it was a queen. So we still get the 2-pair. And we should get decent pointage for this. Yeah, 12k chips off of that one card. We didn't even need the other ones. I'm feeling this run, to be honest with you. We're at 5, we're gonna be at 6 ante. And we're doing pretty well with the set we have. I mean, I could do without this guy, right? But because it's polychrome, we're getting 1.5 multiplier, which is crazy. So maybe these two can go next. I don't know. I'll have to see. We got a new Joker card. When blind is selected, destroy Joker to the right and permanently add double its sell value to this multiplier. Double its sell value, huh? So basically, you gotta get rid of a Joker each time. Each time you go into a blind, which is one of the rounds. It'll double its sell value and add it to the multiplier. And then if you just keep doing that, you could get a ridiculously high multiplier. Not to mention, it is a foil, which will give us plus 50 chips each go around. That's a little risk rewardy, more so than I'd like, to be honest with you. Flashcard, Joker gains +2 multiplier per reroll in the shop. We have not been dealing with rerolls, so we won't do that. I could reroll both, but then I won't have money for standard, which is what I live for. I'm gonna do a standard pack. We picked up an ace and a 2 and a 6, which is it's okay, I guess. Aces, I suppose. Alright, next round. Skip the small blind. We get initial card packs and boosters in the next shop are free. That's really good. But then the next one is the next Joker is free and comes as a polychrome. You know we love polychrome in this run. And then the boss is going to be window. All diamond cards are debuffed. Honestly, I feel like that's not bad. I'm going to take both of these skips. I'm going to take both of these skips. And I'm going to pray that we can beat the boss. Okay, all diamond cards are debuffed. We're just going to do the same tried and true method where we're going to discard all hands. Or discard until we get 0 discard. And we're going to get the numbers to go up. We got an ace, queen, which is debuffed, 9, 8, 6, 5, 4, and then a 4 diamonds, which is debuffed because diamonds. Honestly, these all could go. All right. We picked up 2 10s, 8, 3, and 2. The 9 and the 8 can stay. We'll go 8, 3, 2. Now we have 2 aces, 2 10s, a queen, and a 5. Honestly, we can do away with the 9, 8, and the 5 for our last discard. And now we have 3 aces, a king, a queen, a jack, and 2 10s. So we can do a full house, which is our highest so far. So we are going to do a full house for maximum pointage. Nice. Oh, that still wasn't enough to beat the boss, huh? We're getting to the point where your setup is not going to be enough to one-shot the boss. You're either going to have to upgrade your cards, find better jokers, or figure out how to improve your setup overall, because it's going to get harder and harder from here on. We can do a flush, to be honest with you, but that is a polychrome hearts. So I want to do something with this 3. I've got no discards though. We can do a straight 30 by 4. I just need to not have this counted because the hanging chad will give me 30 off of these. Man, if only I had some wilds. Yeah, and it's not like I can play a 2-pair. I don't see a 2-pair anywhere. So this is going to be our best bet. Okay. We're at 19. We need 22 to win. And we have 2 hands left, which I think is doable. We have 3 jacks. 3 jacks, no face cards, huh? I kind of feel like burning a hand just so we can get a better draw. Oh, we still got some nice multipliers off of that. That honestly would have won if it were just a slightly higher high card. Okay, we can do a flush now, but honestly, I'd like a full house or a 2-pair. But none of those are available, so we are gonna have to go with a flush, and that gives us the opportunity to do a flush with the 3 of hearts. And do this, 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 and this. For big numbers. Big. Yeah, buddy. Honestly, 10k off of that, though. I thought that was going to do bigger numbers. Now's the time where we're like, oh, I don't know. We gotta start upgrading stuff. Nice. Unfortunately, it's a common. We've seen this before. It's the adds double the rank to the lowest rank card held in hand to the multiplier. But it is polychrome now. So useless as it may be, it is still giving us 1.5 times whatever we're getting. So, you know. Enhances 2 cards to multi... Oh, well, we can do this anyways. Oh, we can't? Why can't we use it? And this is 2 select cards to multiple cards. I guess because we're not in, like, a pack, right? So, what do we get rid of? We get rid of either flush or the 2-pair. Sell this. Give me that. We're gonna go here. Planet cards in your consumable area give 1.5 multiplier for their specified poker hand. Wow, that's crazy. Of course, we would need a planet card up there, and these booster packs, when you get it, the planet card is used immediately, so not likely that it's happening. It'd be nice though. We still have the entirety of this particular run to figure it out, right? Let's open this guy. Alright, now we can do modifiers. Enhances 2 selected cards to multiplier cards. We'll do it on the kings, I suppose. So now they're multipliers, meaning that they give +4 multiplier to any hand they're in. And we can actually do that again with the Fool card. Creates the last tarot or planet card used during this turn. So I can actually just do that again, which is wild to think about. Creates 2 random tarot cards, must have room. Enhances 1 selected one card into a wild card, which is very useful. Converts 3 cards to diamonds. Converts 3 cards to spades. So either between the Empress or the Lovers again. Plus multiplier or a wild card. I really love the wild cards. I need them in my life. So I'm gonna go with the 10. Wild 10. How many cards do we have? I thought I had more queens, but maybe that was in the other round where we had a bunch of Queen of Hearts. We have 5 aces. 4 of each face card, 5 10s. Yeah, I guess it can be anyone. I will make it on the queen. The wild queen. She's wild. Live your best life, queen. Oh, and I can do one more, huh? So then I guess I will do this one to make it wild again. Oh, wait, I could have just picked it up and used it whenever. That's wild. Once again. Alright, upgrades now. We can do 2-pair again, a high card, or straight flush. I guess it's gonna have to be 2-pair forever, baby. Here we go. This run is all about 2 pairs. We're gonna go into the next round. Skip, you gotta reroll. Skip the big blind. Gives $1 per played hand this run, for a total of $20. Nice. I might skip that. But we're gonna go into the small blind. I didn't see what the boss was. Let me see that. The head. All heart cards are debuffed. Okay, that's fine. Okay. We're gonna continue. I'm gonna go to the bathroom real quick though, and be right back. I just remembered if I switch scenes, Balatro will be mad at me. So I'm just going to leave it here. Hopefully, things turn out all right. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. And we're doing the small blind in ante 6, which means that we need to beat at least 20,000 chips. Where's my card setup? Yawning. I just realized we're about 30 minutes away from our 3-hour stream time. Honestly, if we keep doing well, you know, if we don't botch it within the next 30 minutes, I'm just gonna keep going until however long we beat the until however far we get, basically. That way, when we start another Balatro stream, it'll be brand spanking new, fresh in our minds. You know, you don't have to really think about it. Plus, I'm gonna get hopelessly addicted to this if I haven't already. And if I stop on a run midstream, chances are I'm gonna be playing it off stream. And then I'm gonna have to explain to you guys what it is that happened, how the run went down. So I'd rather be live here, documented live on stream, than to have to explain to you guys that I got addicted off stream and just kept going, you know? So I'm just gonna keep going basically until we fail. Which this run is proving to be very strong. Let's see. So we're starting with Ace, Jack, 9, 8, 7, 4, 3, 2. We do have 4 spades if we want to do a flush. No real pairs to speak of. No real setup quite yet for a full house. So I'm gonna do the trusty method where I cut the lowest cards and see if I get any better higher cards. I did get a king off of that, but also 7-3-2. I could do a straight off of that, but straight is still at level 1, so we're not gonna even entertain that idea. Get rid of 8-7-3-2. Now we have 2 6s. We can also do ace, king. No, we're missing a queen. Jack, 9, and 10 though. We have 2 6s for the pair. We can get rid of... Honestly, 6 isn't even that high to be counted. I'm gonna re-roll. Now we have 2 jacks, 9 and a 4. We do have enough for a flush. A hearts flush. I really wish I could have gotten a 2 pair, but beggars cannot be choosers. Alternatively, I can do a straight, but the flush is the one that's upgraded right now at 50 by 6, so we'll go ahead and do that. Ace, queen, 10, 9, 4. And then we'll see how the numbers do. Hopefully the times 0.5 multiplier is giving us advantage here, and it looks like it is. It is indeed. Now we have a flush. The 3 kings and the 2 jacks at level 3. Already a 90 by 8, so this is just going to modify on top of that. And then of course we have the multiplier kings, which add to the multiplier themselves. And we've got numbers going up, baby. There we go. Because we got $10 in our wallet, let's say, now we're getting $2 in interest every time. Still not giving us $10 per round, but you know, we take what we can get here. 1 reroll. Turn them into stone cards. Planets in your consumable area. Oh, I didn't make a card wild. I gotta do that. Anyways, we got upgrades to do. Earth for the full house. Uranus for the 2 pair. And 4 of a kind. Let's do... Because full house is 90 by 8 right now. 2 pair is 100 by 6. That's crazy. And we'll do full house. We'll do it one more time. We get a Jupiter for the flush. You know we love that. We can also do level 6 2 pair. That'd be crazy. And then high card. We'll do the flush. Just so we can have more options, more accessibility, right? I don't want to get stuck in only doing a full house or a 2 pair. Skip this and get $22. Thank you. I will do that. And now we fight one. We fight the head, which is all heart cards are debuffed. Okay, so we're starting with king, queen, 2 9s, 6, 2 4s, but one of them's a heart, and this does debuffed, and a 3. I guess let's get our setup going, right? I guess we can have another wild queen. If a card already has an attribute to it, like this king that's a multiplier, you cannot turn around and give it wild. It's gonna overwrite the card. The only thing you can tack on top of this multiplier is if you were to do like a badge. I don't know what they call it, but there's like a badge you can stick on top of the card that will give you additional stuff for the card. For example, there's like a gold badge that you can attach to it, and when you play it, you get a certain amount of money. But yeah, let's do a wild queen. Oh, but because I made it wild, it counts as a heart as well. Oh no, I just screwed myself. Whatever, we'll still do it. We'll still be able to make it, but it's just more annoying that way. Get rid of the lower half. We'll see what we can get. Ace, a 7 and a 6. Our flush is now 65 and 8, but that is not going to beat the full house of 115 times 10, which is crazy to think about. And then the 2 pair, which is also 100 by 6. So we're kind of getting diminishing returns if we go with a flush. So I will once again do the lower bits, maybe even this wild queen. And of course we pick up the hearts queen, and then a hearts 8. But we now have 3 9s. If I could pick up a pair, we can do a full house. Full pair. We do something like this. A full house. That way the king can be counted for the ballot because it's like the first played card, right? We don't want this guy to be counted first. And then we'll have the multipliers coming in behind. Hopefully this works. Very nice. 43k chips. One shot at the boss. Very nice. Ooh, and we have 30 now, so we're getting $6 in interest. Nice. Now we're getting more than $10 per round. Starting to get interesting. Okay, so the jokers are: when blind is selected, create 2 common jokers, but you gotta have room. This is nice for like a starter. I could have really gotten this from the get. If we had gotten this at the beginning, it would have been nice. And then Supernova, add the number of times poker hand has been played to adds the number of times poker hand has been played this run to the multiplier. By itself, it does that. So for example, because 2 pair has been played 8 times, it's gonna add 8 to the multiplier. By itself, it does that, and then it's polychrome, so now it is also doing 1.5 times the multiplier, which is crazy because we have all these polychromes now. I guess we can get rid of the 2 pair joker and add this guy in, because times 1.5 times is way better than just adding plus 10. I mean, 1.5 is almost times 2 if you think about it. We're gonna do that. I will keep the Hangin' Chad just because I like the name first off. And then we have enough for some upgrades, even an Arcana pack. The planet card adding times 10 or times 1.5, if we keep it in the slot here, would be very worth it, I think. So I'm gonna add it. And then of course I'll do my upgrades. We're gonna be broke again, but it's a very good round, I think. Ooh, I have a chance to add a glass card. Glass cards give you times 2 to the multiplier if you're playing it in a hand. However, they have a 1 in 4 chance of being destroyed. So a 25% chance that it's gonna break and be gone forever. But if it doesn't, you get times 2 multiplier, which is crazy to think about. This one has a 10 chips, a seal. They're called seals. This is what I was talking about with the gold one. The purple one creates a tarot card when discarded. You don't really want to discard a king though, unless you're on disadvantage, like clubs are debuffed or something, right? And then of course we have a multiplier, 10 of clubs. I want to go with the glass. I've never gone glass and I kind of want to see. Oh, I get one more. Let's go with the 10. And then we have enough money. We have enough money. We can go with the Arcana pack. Add a little spice to our cards. We have the Sun. Converts 3 to hearts. Increases the rank of 2 by 1. And then enhances 1 card into a steel card. A steel card gives you 1.5 multiplier while that card stays in your hand. In other words, you don't discard it and you don't use it for a hand. Like a play, basically. Oh, the 1.5 multiplier, but also there's been times where I'm like, I wish this queen was a king or this 10 was a jack. That might be useful. Let's turn the 10 into a steel card. Again, it's got versatility, right? We can either use it in a card, or if it's not really like something we're looking for, it's still high enough that we can play it later and get the multiplier as we're doing it right now. So overall, very nice. What are the things looking like? Skip it, get spectral cards. No, I'll play it. Skip the big blind, adds 1 voucher to the next shop. No, I'm good on that too. And then we have to fight the plant, which is all face cards are debuffed. That's not great. Because we love face cards here, right? Although I guess I do have enough 10s. Oh, I have 5 10s, exactly. It's, I don't know. Anywho, we're starting around with King, Jack, 10, 9. All of them are clubs. And then 8, 5, 4, 3. Our flush, because they're all clubs, our flush is 65 by 8. Full house and 2 pair are still our breadwinners, basically. I'm gonna keep doing what I've been doing. Oh, hey, the glass queen is here. We do have enough for a flush, but I'm gonna try to go for max discard here before we attempt anything. It's gonna be the 9, 5, and the 2. So now we have 2 queens, 2 jacks, a king, 2 10s, and 5. Discard the 5. We pick up an 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can do a flush with the clubs. And it'd be decent numbers. Can I do a full house or a 2 pair? Yes, I'm better off with the 2 pair on the queens and the jacks, or maybe even the queens and the 10. But I'm gonna run this and hope it doesn't break. In hearts gets counted 3 times. Didn't break. Or maybe it breaks after. Multipliers, let's go. Yeah. 44. Okay, so the glass queen did not break. So we lucked out and we get that ×2 multiplier, which is again crazy. Oh, we only got $8 that round though. $8. If poker hand is a straight flush, create a random spectral card. We don't really do that here, so no. Earn an extra $1 of interest for every $5 you have at the end of the round. This is the card that I used in a previous run. Basically, it stonks. You can see there. What it does is, as it says there, for every $5, you earn an extra $1 of interest on top of the interest you're already earning. So it's pretty crazy. 5, 10, 15, 20. So I would earn an extra $4 with this card. Unfortunately, it's not a very end game card unless it's got, you know, polychrome or some other modifier on top of it. So we can't really use it at this point. If I had more slots, maybe I can do it. But we can do an upgrade. For a straight high card. two pair. Two pair again, baby. We're gonna go 120 by 7. And a spectral card, because why not? Alright. We can choose destroy 5 random cards in hand, gain $20, or destroy 1 random card in your hand, add 3 random enhanced cards to your hand. I like this one better. We're okay-ish on money right now. I want more cards in my hand, and we got 3 face cards off of that. Really nice. A king and 2 queens. And I thought I saw one of them was a wild queen, so we're doing very good. Alright, on to the big blind. I can get another voucher if I skip this. But honestly, I want the money in the shop options. Okay, 2 aces, wild queen, 10 for 3, and 2 pair of 2s. Or a pair of 2s, yeah. You know, if it works, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So we're gonna keep on keeping on with what we've been doing. So now we have 2 aces, 2 sevens. I don't think 7s are high enough to get what we need to do, so we will go ahead and scrap them. We now have all the face cards and a 10. So we could do a straight. But we have not upgraded the straight at all. We're left with a 10 and an 8 and a 6. I'm gonna scrap these. Hopefully I get more face cards. Okay, so now I have 3 aces, 2 queens for a full house. The 2 pair, however, is 120 by 70. It doesn't beat the full house though, because it is 115 times 10. You really need the multiplier to be as high as it can get. So we're gonna do the flush. No, the full house. And with the 2 queens, we can pray that the queen doesn't break. We're gonna get maximum points here off of the ace with the Chad. Multiplier. Not broken. Nice. Now we multiply it again. For 49k off of 1 card. Almost a 1 hit. It's gonna be a 2 hit. So now we can do... I guess we have a pair. We want to keep that steel card though for the modifier. We almost have a straight. But we can't do it. Maybe I can high card it. Oh, I have a pair. And just do that. This might be enough, actually. Just because our multiplier goes so high. Yeah, it is. Off of a pair. And it's not even upgraded. So that just goes to show you how powerful your Joker modifiers can be. Just like carrying your whole play, even if your hands aren't really that modified. Alright, we got Venus for 3 of a kind and level up a pair. We could do that. I kind of want to save money though. Arcana pack. Oh, tarot cards? Sure, why not? There's some interesting stuff you can do with tarot cards. Increases rank of 2. Gives you money. Total sell of value of all jokers, $22. I'll take that, thank you very much. And I still get 1 more card. Enhances 1 card into a glass card. Ooh. Converts up to 3 selected cards to spades and stone card. Increase the rank of 2 by 1. I guess turn the 9 into a jack, or 9 into a 10. I'd rather turn the jack into a glass though. Yeah. There we go. Now that I know like how they play and how much multiplier they can give you, I'm kind of starting to get addicted to using glass cards. You know, the thrill of almost breaking. And then you have like a bad hand where they're all breaking, and then you know you're not having a great time. All right, the star, we get 3 cards. The diamonds, the Hierophant, 2 selected cards become bonus cards, which give you 30 plus extra chips. Or the Magician, which turns 2 cards into lucky cards, and a lucky card gives you 1 in 5 chance for a plus 20 multiplier, or a 1 in 15 chance to win $20. I usually like to go with that. But we have already got a bunch of modified cards here. We have the multiplier, the wild. I guess we can turn this king and that jack into a lucky card. Yeah, just cuz. There we go. Very nice. Venus, through kind, pair. Yeah, we're gonna keep trucking. Oh yeah, the plant. All face cards are debuffed. Ayy, I forgot about that. And we've been investing a lot into our face cards. All right, no matter, it's fine. We can still keep the ace because it doesn't count as a face card apparently. And we're just gonna keep doing what we've been doing. We can still get a full house with numbered cards and a flush and a 2-pair. So we're not in deep water quite yet. I'm gonna discard this hand. We have a queen that's debuffed. 2 9s. Spades though, we can do flush of spades. But honestly, it would be suboptimal. So we're gonna 6, 5, and 4. We'll see where that goes. One more discard. We did pick up another ace for 2 aces, 2 10s, and 2 9s. Toss the queen and the 5. We now have 3 10s. Okay, so now we can do 2 aces, 3 10s for the full house, with 0 discards for the multiplier. Yeah, baby, look at it go. 40k, okay. We're about halfway there. It's getting a little spicy. This is ante-8 or ante-7. So, you know, just one before the final, before we beat the, quote-unquote, beat the run, you know? I say quote-unquote because, you know, you'll see. You'll see if we got there. So now, we have a jack, debuffed. We have the magic 3, the polychrome 3, which is the multiplier. We want to play this into something. Oh, we can do this. Full house into the 3. Yeah. Look at him go. Ooh, 30k chips though. We got 77, so it did take us 2 tries to get there. I think with this hand though, with this setup, we should be able to beat this next round for ante-8. I'll even get this guy, which gives me +1 hand. Oh, +1 hand size. There's a difference here. You gotta really pay attention to hand size versus hand. Hand size means the number of cards you can hold in your hand. For example, I mentioned that the default is 8 or something, right? So if this is +1 hand size, that would go to 9, which is great, right? But like not +1 try, you know. The jokers, we got +20 multiplier, but -4 multiplier per round played. plus 20 multiplier. Minus 4 multiplier per round played. So the higher it goes, the more rounds you get. Oh, or is this just math? Am I reading this wrong? Per round played. So 20 plus 4, or 20 minus 4 is 16, right? Is that what it means? Plus 16? And then each round played. So it's just plus 16 every time. It's a common, so you can see that it's just straight plus 16, it's not times. So this late in the game, that's not really what we're looking for. Plus 30 chips for each remaining discard. That goes against what we're trying to go for here. We do have $45 and it is the last ante, so I do kind of want to open up all these upgrades. Earth for the full house. 4 of a kind, pair, straight flush, 2 pair. I'm gonna do the full house. Maybe I should have gone with the pair. Oh, I can do that anyways. Because I do want that the 2 pair to be in double digits for the multiplier. Just because that's our strongest. Ooh, we can do the flush now. But the 2 pair and the full house is here as well. Flush right now is at 65 by 8. It wouldn't really make sense to upgrade it. Unless... yeah, it is now 10 times 10 multiplier. So it is 80 times 10 to the 2 pairs 140 times 8. Almost double the chips, but this one has 2 more to the multiplier. So that is an option we can do. And then plus hand size, because why not? Next round. Get a free Celestial pack. Free upgrades. We love to see that. Who's our boss? Amber Acorn. I think this is a new boss for me. Flips and shuffles all Joker cards. Flips and shuffles all Joker cards. So you won't know who is sitting where. Not that it matters for our setup. Yeah. I just put this one at the end because it's the most useful to me, but they're all doing 1.5. Like, if the hanging chat is at the end, I guess that would affect it, but not by much, I don't think. It would add it at the end though, maybe. It's not like I can re-roll a boss at this point, so we're just gonna get our free upgrades where we can. Select 2. No flush, huh? Straight flush, 4 of a kind, pair. We'll go with the full house. It is now 165 times 14. And the 2 pair for 160 times 9, almost double digits. We get a free spectral pack off of this. I kind of want to see what's in the shop before the boss, so we'll do that. So we're starting with King, 3 queens, 9, 8, 7, 2 sevens, and a 2. So the 3 queens are really great. We already have a full house with the queens and a 7. We could honestly try to roll for a higher, maybe a 10 or a jack or something. So we'll reroll that. We have 2 kings and the queen, so now we have our full house. Now we're just kind of discarding for shits and giggles, basically. We have a glass 10. Oh, steel card 10. So we want to keep that in the hand. Two nines. The ace. The ace. The ace. I'll reroll the nines. Yeah, the two aces. Nice. Okay. So now we're gonna do full house. Actually, you can do full house with the aces and keep the kings. Yeah. For omega points. The multiplier, and then the multipliers again. Yeah, buddy. 65. It's gonna be a 2-hit. And then 165.14 is my highest, and then the 160 by 9 is the 2-pair. 80 by 10 for the flush. I do have 3 hearts. How many hearts do I have? Hearts are good. No discards though, so I will have to play high card if I want to do that way. Imagine I get 10k off of this and just win. It's looking likely. No, 6k. Alright, let's see. Did I get hearts? I did not. I have a bunch of glass cards though. I can do 2-pair. No, I've only got the 1-pair. I'll do 2-pair, and then I'll burn some cards. Yeah. Well, the 7 might still be useful. Alright, that was enough to get the dub here. 1 remaining hand, 4 interest, $9. Alright, Mars card. Joker gains 0.25 multiplier every time a lucky card successfully triggers. So far that's only happened once in this round, so we're not gonna go for that. Arcana pack and Spectral pack though. Because next is the boss, right? Right? Yeah. Yeah, let's get ourselves boosted AF. And then we'll fight the boss. The Hanged Man destroys up to 2 selected cards. Death, convert left to right, yeah. Hermit, get money. Money. We don't really need money right now. Let's convert the left card into the right card. So let's make another glass jack. Why not? Why not? Yeah. And then a spectral pack. Alright, we got destroy 1 random card in your hand, add 3 random enhanced cards to your hand. Very nice. Convert all cards into a single random rank, -1 hand size. Oh, okay, so my hand size goes from 8 to 7, or whatever it's at. But I can convert all my cards into a single random rank. That means they could all be 7s, you know? Not really great. I'm gonna go for this one. I mean, the Wild Queen is up there, so it could be the Wild Queen that goes, but then we get 3 random enhanced cards, so I'd say it's worth it. Okay, we lost a number, and we got a jack, 2 jacks and a king. Very nice. 4 of a kind, not really. And now we go into the boss, Amber Acorn. We'll flip and shuffle all my jokers. Oh wow, okay. Interesting. The only thing I wouldn't want is for the Hanging Chad to be here. But that's a 1 in 5 chance. So I don't think that is the likely answer. In all likelihood, it's like here, and we'll be okay with the multipliers being in any other configuration. Anywho, we're gonna start off with Ace, 2 queens, one of them wild, 2 jacks, 2 tens, a 4, and a 2. Not a bad start, I would say. Let's see. I can play a 2 pair with the ace. The 10. Let me get rid of the 4 and the 2. See what I get. 3 queens and a jack. So now we have the full house. So now we just gotta play for score, I guess. See if we can get a jack. Ooh, 3 jacks now. See if we can get an ace. Or maybe toss the ace. We'll toss this 10. Yeah, 2 aces, baby. Look at this hand. That's crazy. I'm gonna keep the wild queens because they can go into anything. And I'm gonna do full house with the jacks. Yeah. Ooh, the hanging Chad stayed where he was, which means that my multipliers should kick in where they may. Super nice. We're at 72k. We should get this within 1 more or perhaps 2 more. We got 8, 7, 5, and 3. 8, 7, 5, 3, 2. We have 3 queens. 2 of them are wild, so we can do hearts flush if we wanted to. Hearts flush would only get you 80 by 10 though, as opposed to a 2 pair of 160 by 9 or 165 and 14 with the full house. I may burn a card. I may do I may do 8, 7, 5, 3, 2 for the high card. And then we'll see what we can draw here. There's still quite a few face cards out there. Okay, off of that, nice. So now we only need 20k more. And we got 4 queens. For 4 of a kind. 4 of a kind, honestly, not as strong as it used to be. It is currently sitting at 60 by 70. So it doesn't benefit us to really play that. We can, however, do the 2 jacks, will give you ×2 multiplier. Oh my god, that's crazy. Keep as many wild queens as I can, so that'll be the 1. And then these 2 right here. Yeah. Don't break, don't break, don't break, don't break. No breakage, nice. Maximum multiplier, let's go. Oh, 1 broke. It does say if it breaks or not at the end of a round. I get it. Nice. So, we've won. Eagle screech for that one. Yeah. That's how you play Balatro, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, guys, gals, non-binary pals. We did it. We won the game. It's over now. $20 well spent. I'll see you guys in the next indie game. No, that's not how this works. Because this is a roguelike, that means we get to do this all over again. Really fun times. If you want to play my seed, I guess this was a really good run. You can copy the numbers, the funny numbers by the seed slot, and give that a whirl on your own. I might just copy that from my own reference, put it into a thing. Put it into a thing. There we go. Yoip. And yeah, we can do it. We did it. We proved it. It's recorded, you know. But now, as you can see, there is an option down here that says endless mode. And if you choose endless mode, it's gonna take you to the next ante, which is ante 9. And you basically keep playing the hands that you had, or the setup that you had. I really like playing endless mode once I beat it, because it's basically seeing how far you can go, you know. Upgrade 3 of a kind. I should start upgrading the other hands, because you could use as many options as you can at these higher levels. Not a good Joker card. We're gonna buy this one. Okay, so you may have seen that said blank does nothing, and I still paid $10 for it. So what I had heard was that if you keep buying the same vouchers, and I think the number was 10 times. This feels like a playground rumor, you know. My uncle works at Nintendo kind of deal. If you buy the same thing 10 times, it will upgrade into a better version of it. So I guess I'm just buying it based on copium. I don't know. We do have seed money, which gives us more money per interest earned. Plus the hand size. Now we have telescope and observatory. I wonder if this one is the upgraded version of this. They are stacked together, so maybe that's something. I don't know. We're gonna keep playing though. We're gonna keep playing until I bust. Which should be soon, because the higher levels in this quote-unquote New Game Plus, they get insanely hard. But I will be buying a standard pack. What do we get? Ooh, the blue seal. But we only have one slot for it. Or we can get another queen. 8 with the bonus chips. I could really use queens. We'll do an Arcana pack, because why not? The Lovers, we get another wild card. Creates up to 2 planet cards, but it must have room. Creates up to 2 random tarot cards, must have room. Let's try this. I would love a wild card, but I'm really curious about this. Okay, so we get Uranus. I wonder if we got Uranus because of our voucher over here that says Celestial packs always contain the planet card for your most played poker hand. I wonder if that has something to do with it as well. But anyways, now that we have Uranus in the consumable area, I can consume Uranus. No, not like this. Keep it together. Because we got the 2-pair card in the consumable area, we can now hit it for 1 point. I can hit Uranus. Stop it. I can do. I can trigger the 2-pair for 1.5 off of that just by keeping that card there. So we'll see how it goes with Uranus. But now on to Ante 9. Ante 9, as you can see, starts with the small blind at 110k chips. It's crazy. If we skip it, we get the next edition Joker is free and becomes foil. Foil gives you plus 50 chips. I mean, at this point, unless they're polychrome or better, not interested, so we're gonna play this hand. We have Ace, King, 3 queens right off the bat, 2 of them wild, 10, 2 6s, and a 4. Okay, so we'll get rid of the 6 and 4. Because remember, we're going for discards here. Full house is still gonna be the best bet. And then 3 of a kind. Oh no, I'm sorry. 2-pair. 2-pair, and then 2-pair does give us the multiplier. Full house. Yeah, full house, 2-pair, and then maybe consider a flush. We have 4 queens now. That's kind of insane. 4 of a kind is only 60 by 70 though. How many more face cards do I have at this point? Oh, the options are there. You can do it if you wanna. A straight? No, straight wouldn't be worth it. I still need discards. So I guess I'll do this. I'll discard the 8, discard the 4, and I have 2 10s. So you can do 3 queens, try to keep wilds. 3 queens and the 10s for the full house. And then what does my modifier do? Planet card in your consumable area gives 1.5 multiplier for their specified hand. Okay, so I need to play 2 pair to be able to get that 1.5 multiplier. But I get so much off of the full house though. 165, 14, 160 over 169, yeah. 14 over 9. Yeah, the full house is just way better. But I guess if I have a 2 pair, then I can play that instead. I have a nice potential setup. I'm gonna burn these cards to do a pair, I suppose. Okay, we picked up a king, and then we have the polychrome 3 for the hearts. So we can do a flush, really. Where'd the other queen go? We could have done a wild queen. Anyways, we have 3, 4 for hearts. We would need just 1 more for the hearts. Flush to activate with the polychrome 3. Alternatively, I could just play 2 pair and get max points. None of them are hearts though, so there's still a chance for us to get a heart and do hearts flush for the end. Yeah, then the planet card kicks in. We beat the small blind, very nice. 151 over 110, so just barely a 40k difference, so it is starting to get harder and harder. This Joker gains +3 when any booster cards are skipped. Nope. When blind is selected, gain +3 and lose all discards. Well, actually... No, but we still need to use the discards to get our setups, right? It's not just that we want to get 0 discards. Yeah. Yeah, I'll get upgrades. Choose one. We can do full house, high card, straight flush, straight, or 3 of a kind. I'm gonna upgrade to straight because there's been many times in this run where I could have gone for a straight and the numbers just weren't there. I'm gonna save my cards. Yeah, I'm gonna save money. Okay, the next one, big blind. If I skip it, I get 2 tarot cards. But of course I wouldn't get money. And then we're fighting the hook. Discards 2 random cards per hand played. Arcana are not upgrades though. And we do love our upgrades. Okay, so this hand is King, 2 queens, 1 is wild, Jack, 9, 2 8s, a 6, and a 2. We have 2 pair already, but the cards could be better. I'm gonna keep the 9, get rid of the 8s and the 6. We picked up a 10, another 9 for 2 9s, and 2 7s. Get rid of the 7s and see if we can get a 10. Honestly, we get rid of the 9s too. We do have 2 pair, however. 2 pair even without the modifier. It might be useful. Let's see how that goes. No, actually, I'm gonna do discards because we wanna maximize the amount of points we get, even with just the cards we have on deck, right? So, can't go in too early, you know. Okay, so now we have Ace, King, 3 queens, a jack, 2 tens, and then the polychrome 3. Technically we have 4 hearts. So if we did a setup avoiding the hearts, we could be in good shape for the next round. 2 tens, the queens. That's a full house. I would have to get rid of something. The jack? The jack. Yes, for the king. Nice. For the king. King is wild. Queen is wild. Can we work around this? Can we start by playing a 2 pair? Avoiding the wilds. We can do 2 queens. 2 queens and the tens. 160 by 9. Plus the modifier from Uranus. And then all the modifiers that come with that. Or do full house for 165 by 14. Honestly, it's got to be the full house, right? So we're going to do that. Hopefully the queen doesn't explode. The glass queen, of course. Oh, we got lucky off of that. The lucky card. Added 20 to the multiplier. Alright, we start with 111k chips. We need 50k more. So now we can start thinking about doing the 2 pair. Ace, queen, jack, 10, 2 tens, 9, 6, 5, 3. And that is a polychrome 3. 3 of hearts, but we only have 2 other hearts to play with. In this hand anyways. No wilds. And only the 2 pairs. We're gonna have to throw a junk hand. With the ace. 9, 6, and 5. For a high card. But then what's the point of keeping the polychrome 3 if we're not going to do hearts? I'll do a high card off of these 3. Alright, what did we pick up? We picked up hearts, so now we can do hearts flush. With the polychrome 3. And then the last one, we'll see if we can play a 2 pair. Okay, we just need 4k more. And we picked up an ace. We can honestly do a straight. Ace, king, queen, jack, 10. But even upgraded, it's not going to do us that much good as opposed to a 2 pair or better. And honestly, we don't have that option. We can't even play a flush, really. Nah, it's gotta be a straight. Yeah. That is the better option. Alright, we only need 4k more. That should be fine. Ooh, money. We got lucky there. Now we do the multipliers. Oh, that's more than 4k. We're fine. It is getting close though. The gap is getting smaller and smaller. Whoa, look at that interest though. We're not even playing the stonks card. Ooh, the scary face. Face cards give plus 30 chips when scored. It's not as good as this one though. The first card. triggers 2 more times. That's all face cards. So assuming it's a face card, right? So that's 10 times 2, or 2 additional times, right? Yeah, so that's 3, 30, 80. But if we had a hand of face cards, that's 30, 60, 90. If we had at least 3, which we will need for full house anyways, or 2 pair, that's 30, 60, 90, 120 over 80. So that's even better, even if it is a foil. What does it say? Played face cards give +5 multiplier when scored. That's also good. Unfortunately, none of those are 1.5 times. First card, scoring 2 additional times. This one I like because it can do... I can work it off of the 10s or even like 8s, you know? Something slightly higher. And it'll still give me results. Whereas this one purely works on face cards, and there are some bosses that negate faces, so maybe not the best overall, you know? Anyways, I have $66 to my name. We're rich now, so we can buy some upgrades. Seal creates a planet. We don't really need that now that Uranus is permanently stuck in the consumable slot. I will take the wild. The wild, yeah. Alright, Arcana pack. Destroy 2 cards, convert to hearts. We get Saturn, which levels up to straight. But we don't have space for that. Yeah, we can't. Converts to hearts, huh? We're not even playing hearts, really. Let me look at the deck. We now have more face cards and 10s than we do some of these lower numbers. Destroys 2 selected cards, yeah. 9, 8, 7, or 6. 9, 8, 7, or 6. 8, 7, and 6 are both at 4. The 9 is at 3. Of course, by doing that, that means that your odds of getting a lower number are that much more so. Or I could convert to hearts and really commit to one of the decks. It is kind of hearts focused anyways, because 23 hearts is pretty up there. 18 normal. I can do without diamonds, but there are no diamonds here. Only clubs. Clubs and spades. So I guess we'll take from a spade. Spade. And the lower clubs. Yeah. And then we'll do this. Giving hearts an advantage. So now we're going into the hook. Discard 2 random cards per hand played. Which is alright, but the number to beat is 220,000 poker chips. Can we do it? Well, we're going to start with 2 aces, both hearts. King, wild, jack, 2 8s, 7, and 2 2s, but one of them is wild. 3, 4, 5. You can honestly do a hearts flush right now, but we're gonna work on discarding. See if we can get better cards. I'll keep the wild 2 though. We got 3 jacks. 7. We'll do the 7 and the 2 because we now have a wild king and we have 4 hearts. So yeah, we got a hearts 2. I just gotta discard 1. We have the queens. Discard the 2 for a heart. Nope. Club 2. Alright. Now we're gonna do Full house, right? That's the highest one. Yeah, full house. And we're gonna let it rock. Hopefully glass stays intact. One of our glass queens, I think, shattered already. Big money. Okay. Glass Jack is still in the race. We got to 140. We need 60k more. But another hand like that, and honestly, we're going to be good. We do have 3 kings. If I can find a pair for them for full house, we're in good shape. Wild Queen, Ace, 8, 6, 4, and 3. I may just do another junk hand for the high card. And hope my luck improves. Oh no, I got 2 cards tossed and it was the ace and one of the kings. Fortunately, the queen is my lowest ranked card, so that's going to be added to the multiplier. At this point, I'm going to have to seek a 2 pair, maybe. Oh, but that steel card should stay in hand for the multiplier, assuming it doesn't get yeeted, you know? We're going to go for 2 pair. It did not get yeeted. 2 pair, we're going to get the multiplier from this and the multiplier from Uranus. So hopefully that should be enough. And it is. Very nice. We have now reached ante 10. Where we're going, nobody knows. I wonder how far I went last time, because I think my first or my second round ever playing this game, I was able to go to endless mode, and I was able to go quite a bit farther. I don't think I got too far. Let me double check, because I have the receipts for this. Where to go? Not there. Oh, here. I got all the way to ante 8 or ante 10. So right now I am doing my best, you know. If I am able to get farther, then we'll be able to do more, essentially. What were those words? I was looking at something else while I was yapping. Ooh, this is what we need here. Reroll the boss blind. 1 time per ante, $10 per roll. You can only reroll once, but if the boss is super no bueno, you can reroll and it'll be, you know, hopefully better. Earn $1 at the end of the round. Payout increases by $2 when boss blind is defeated. At the end of the round, payout increases $2 when boss blind is defeated. Is that procedural? Does that mean like every boss I defeat, the money goes up? I guess like the rocket ship implies. And then earn $4 at the end of a round. Oh, we're not really hurting for money, so no need for that. Maybe worth a reroll at this point in time. Hearts Joker. We were talking about how we're kind of more hearts focused at this point. It'll add it to the multiplier. Series? Level up Flush House. Oh, interesting. I want it just so I can like add it to my collection. Not that I would ever get a Flush House, really. Which is 3 of a kind. and a pair with all cards sharing the same suit. Oh, interesting. Not to be confused with a straight flush, which is 5 cards in a row with all cards sharing the same suit. And then, of course, you can probably play a Royale flush without having to, it's not listed there, but I'm pretty sure you can play it. All right, let's do some upgrades. Money's good. 2 random tarot cards. I do not have the space for this. And left card, right card. Let's get another queen. Yes. Although, how many aces do I have? 5 aces, 8 queens, 6 aces, 5, so we can get a duplicate. And I'll turn... Well, how many 8s do I have? 4. I don't really play 8s anyways, so we can do this. Turn the left card into the right card. There we go. And then, hiya! Archjoker, Arcana Pack. I can do the death again. Clubs or lucky cards. I do want another queen, or perhaps 10s. How are my 10s doing? 6? I want even numbers because I want to be able to do 2 pair, essentially. 9s are at 3. If I have a 9 in here, which I don't. 7s, 4, and 2, which is 5. We don't want that many 2s either. I guess we'll go with lucky cards. We'll lucky the ace and the queen. There we go. Next round, if you please. If I skip the small blind, I can create 2 common jokers. No, thank you. I have all the jokers I need so far. 3 aces, 2 kings, a queen, 10, 9, 7. Very nice start. We have the full house. Now we just need to discard, I guess. We'll do one of these. 1. Wow, 2 kings, 3 queens, and a 10. Honestly, at this point, just discard the 10, maybe? Yes, 3 aces, 3 kings, 3 queens. Oh my god. That's messed up. That's bananas. So we're gonna do 3 aces and the kings. Any wilds? No, okay. Although 2 pair. No, it still benefits us to do full house. Oh my god, 4 queens. No, that's insane. I can do queens and jack for the 2 pair. Come on, no whammies. Ah, broke. And we're at 151 with 2 hands left. This might be it. This might be where we die, despite our best efforts. When you try your best, but you don't succeed. I shouldn't sing that before it's over. It ain't over till it's over. Till the fat lady sings, as they say. Let's see. Ace, king, 2 queens, jack, 10, 5. I have a hearts flush. But do I want a hearts flush? $80 by 10, whereas a 2 pair gives you 160 by 9. Yeah, you want a pair. You want a pair, but I don't have a pair, and I'm out of discards. The 2 is not going to give me as much, but it's all we got. Yeah, ante 10 is where things like get turned up by a lot. It gets super hard. I get the hearts 3. 1, and I used up my wilds, damn it. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I only have one hand to play. One shot. It's over. I have a pair. But that's about it. I can go for a high card. High card is 5/1, whereas pair is 10/2. At least you'll be getting the best out of it. But yeah, I don't see a way out. I'm just gonna... It's not gonna get counted if I play this, right? Oh, I have 2 pair. I have 2 pair. Let's go. It's not gonna be enough though, is it? No, unfortunately it's not. Despite my best efforts, I got 300 chips, 300k chips, and the ante was 560,000 chips. 560k. Yeah, that's crazy. Is that the same seed that we got last time? UXH9388. Yeah, it is. All right. That's gonna be it, I guess. It was a very good run. Was able to get another dub with another deck, because I haven't won with the Celestial deck before. The Nova deck? What's it called? I haven't won with his deck before, so now I'll have one more under my belt. I think that's 3 wins with 3 different decks. I need 2 more to be able to unlock challenge mode. But I think when you win with one deck, you get another one unlocked. So it should be interesting. In fact, I can do that with you guys right now. Go to the main menu, and it'll show us all the things we've unlocked. For example, this one. It unlocked because we have 5 Joker cards with foil holographic or polychrome edition. And it says, foil, holographic, and polychrome cards appear 4 times more often. Very nice. So that's gonna go into the pool for vouchers, and it'll appear whenever we do a run, and we'll have the chance, if it pops up, to get it. We got this because we won a run in 18 or fewer rounds. This Joker gains plus 8 chips when each play 2 is scored. Oh, so when you play 2s, you get plus 8 chips. Got it. Not very great, but I guess I'll take it. Discover 25 blinds. I guess 25 different blinds with different, like, rewards if you skip them, right? This one says, reroll boss blind, unlimited times, $10 per roll. This is what I've been looking for right here. I guess this is the upgraded version of the VHS tape, and I don't recall getting the VHS tape 10 times. Or maybe I have. I don't know. Anyways, the fact that we can reroll unlimited times until we get something that's favorable is really amazing. I'm gonna look forward to that. And that's all the upgrades we got, really. We can take a look at the collection real quick. See if there's any new Jokers we got this run. We got the Drunkard. And these are only unlocked when you actually buy them. You could see them in the run, but unless you actually buy them, they're not going to be added to your collection, you know, quote unquote. And these ones with the locks here, if they're locked, that means you can unlock it by doing something specific. So in this case, play a 5-card hand that only contains gold cards, or have at least 30 cards with club suit in the deck. These ones you have to make like a specific, like, yes, I'm gonna make a hearts deck, a spade deck, whatever. Anything new? Nope. Vouchers. So here you're gonna see the observatory. I wonder if you only get the observatory if you get telescope. And like vice versa. Are there pairs? overstock. 1 card slot available in the shop. That would make sense if they're pairs. Like this one, if you get hand, you know, you get handsy. Blank, and then its counterpart, right? And then this one. Interesting. Reach ante-level 12. Okay, so no, these are not... This is not based on how many cards you get to get this. This, you actually have to get to ante-level 12 to get, I guess it's counterpart, quote-unquote. Although, the VHS tape isn't here. The director's cut is here. But the other one... Where'd the other one go? Oh, I guess I have to... I have to like, get it in that run, yeah. So I've unlocked it, but I actually have to get it. I see. That makes sense. Planet cards, I got series because I have not gotten it before. And then the game told me, oh, you have not unlocked all the planets yet. I'm like, what do you mean? I have all of them right here. But no, there are 3 more that I have not yet seen. So I have to get them to be able to add them to my collection. We got Grim this round. Destroy 1 random card in your hand, 2 enhanced. Yeah, that's really good. And then 3 who are not yet discovered. Oh, actually more of them. Tags, we got new tags. We got handy tag. Gives $1 per played hand this run. And then we still have quite a few more that are in the air. And then blinds. We beat the needle, so we get to add the chip to the collection. And we beat Amber Acorn, which was new for me. So we get to add it to the collection. And there are still 3 that have either kicked my ass or 3 that I have not even seen yet. Yeah. So that's gonna be it then. I'm glad I got to show the full range of what this game is capable of, both as like getting my ass kicked and getting super nice runs. Maybe that's the streamer luck, you know? I can bet that the next go around, the next stream of Balatro is just going to be all pain and suffering, as I struggle to even reach, you know, the end, much less halfway of a run. But we'll have to see. I thoroughly enjoyed playing Balatro on stream. I sure hope you guys enjoyed watching me play Balatro on stream. I think I will make this more frequent because I've been going at it for damn near 4 hours and I don't think I stopped yapping at any point in time. And it's just really interesting because I can comment every round, every game is something new. It's not like the same thing is happening over and over again. Granted, the strategies do kind of get repetitive, like me having to get rid of all my discards to be able to activate that 1 card, right? But the next run, I won't have that card, so I'm gonna have to think of something else, right? Each run is something new, at least so far, right? Maybe once I get into like damn near 100% completion, I'll start seeing like the patterns, you know? I'll start seeing the code of the Matrix, and I will be like, oh yeah, you know, the optimal run is to get this card, and if you don't, then you might as well reset. But until then, I'm having a bunch of fun with this, and I'm thinking maybe I'll just slot this into my Thursday slot going forward until I can think of something else to play, like a multiplayer game, or maybe like I'm really feeling the draw for Marvel Rivals that day, you know, maybe I'll do that. Or I want to play another indie game and I can make that maybe be a one-off. The options are there. That's kind of what the Thursday is for. Whereas Monday is for Dark Souls and Friday is for Xenoblade Friday. Speaking of Xenoblade Friday, I still have not gotten the copy of Xenoblade X. But that's just one outside trip I have to make it happen, right? My goal is, hopefully, tomorrow, which is Friday, I can go ahead and get the Xenoblade X while I'm out and about anyways. And then have enough time, hopefully, to be able to plug it in, test it, you know, mess around in my OBS settings to get it right. And hopefully we'll be ready to play tomorrow. I don't want to get you guys' hopes up because something may happen. I may have to do one thing or another, you know, and I don't want to do it. So as always, keep your eyes peeled towards my Twitter. You know, stay tuned, stay free, and we will go from there. But I am definitely planning on slotting in Xenoblade X. That is still in the works, right? That is scheduled. So rest assured that sooner or later we will be playing Xenoblade X on stream here. So there's that. Other than that, I don't think I have anything else to comment on the stream. So I'm gonna send us to the ending screen now. And like I said, hope you guys enjoyed it. This has been your host, Eagle. I'm trying to find the ending screen. Hold on. This has been your host, Eagle. And I will catch you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.